태평양 한국 대표 김영찬입니다.
컵 아시아 태평양 한국 대표 남정길입니다.
아시아 태평양 한국 대표 지웅훈입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 한국 그란 투리스모 대표 커뮤니티 GTC 매니저로 활동하고 있는 육상진이라고 합니다.
아시아 태평양 한국 대표 최차원입니다.
大家好，我是杨伟勋，我的 ID 是 Asian 2010-429。
大家好，我是张志远，游戏 ID 疾痛。
我是谢胜宏 ，ID Genki GTS。
大家好，我是林君达，游戏 ID G Motor GPX Car。
嗨，大家好，我是周一腾，然后我的 PSN ID 是 G Motor Expect。
に参加させていただきます。日本代表の加藤達彦です。
日本代表の川上かなたです。
日本代表の佐々木優斗です。
日本代表の菅原達也です。
日本代表の宮園拓磨です。
Hello, I'm Luis Moreno and I'm one of the Philippines representatives.
Hi guys, my name is Chupageti.
Hi, my name is Kerwin.
Hello guys, my name is Danish Witness Warren.
I'm Matthew McEwen, the New Zealand representative for the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific.
Hello, welcome to Porsche eSports Racing. We are going to bring you the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific. Following the Porsche Carrera Cup Japan and Porsche Sprint Challenge Japan, Porsche Japan created its third one-make race series to showcase Porsche's motorsports DNA. Porsche eSports Racing will held for the first time in 2019. Since then, we have enjoyed truly competitive and exciting racing. This year, Porsche eSports Racing has been scaled up to feature 4 regions in Asia Pacific, including Taiwan, Korea, and Japan. My name is Sasha. I'm your commentator and host today. Alongside with me is Peter Lyon. Hi, Peter.
Glad to be with you. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great racing today, for sure.
Yeah. So we're a little bit distant. Doesn't mean that I hate you. It's because of COVID rules. So
yep, social distancing.
Exactly. I hope you are okay, comfortable with this?
Yes, I'm fine with this.
Yeah. Okay, so let me introduce Peter. Peter is a motor journalist and has raced over 20 years and placed 4th in the class in the 2010 Nürburgring 24-hour race, co-driving with none other than Gran Turismo creator Kazunori Yamauchi. Is that right?
Yes, he's a very good driver in the real world. He's done thousands of laps on the Nürburgring and other circuits, Suzuka, but he really knows how to drive in the real world. In 2010, I put a team together and I invited him to drive with me, and he actually did the same lap time as he did in the game, what he did in the real race the following day.
Wow.
The day before the race, he did a 9:45, and then in the race, in a Lexus, he did a 9:45. So it just goes to show that the Gran Turismo is not just a game. It is a real life driving simulator. And I did 100 laps myself, and I learnt the track. And after that, I was able to drive at over 90% of my potential on the very first lap, and safely.
Wow.
So Gran Turismo is amazing in terms of its authenticity.
So what you can achieve here is what you can achieve in the real world.
Exactly.
I see. So let me introduce Porsche and Porsche Japan KK, who organized this event. Headquartered in Stuttgart, Germany, Porsche is an automobile company with over 70 years of history. Porsche has been continuously providing exciting cars and exceed expectations. And examples include the legendary 911 and the Cayenne premium SUV released in the 2000s. Also, over more than 6 years, Porsche has participated in many forms of motorsports with dozens of victories, including a record 19 wins at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Porsche Japan, one of the important regions Japan is for Porsche, so Porsche Japan organized this event. And today's race will be in Gran Turismo Sports from PlayStation 4. It goes without saying that the Gran Turismo series is an iconic title with over 20 years of history since the first launch in 1997. And Peter, you played it from the very beginning.
Yes, I've been looking at the stats of the drivers today. Some have been playing for 3 years, some have been playing for 20 years. I've been actually playing from the very beginning, from 1997, so 25 years ago.
Wow, and why are you not competing today?
Because I'm not as good as these guys, that's why. These guys are they're right on the edge of perfection. And Gran Turismo, as I said, it's been around for 25 years, sold over 85 million copies over the last quarter of a century. They've been through 6 editions since then, and of course we've got the GT Gran Turismo 7 coming out very soon, early next year.
I ordered it already.
Yeah, so have I. Of course, we've got to keep up to date.
Yeah.
But that's what this race is all about. It's its graphics are superb.
Yes.
The sound you get from the cockpit is superb. The steering wheel feedback from the track is brilliant. When you hit a curb, you can actually feel the rumble strips. So this game is very authentic, as I said. Plus the 2 cars we're looking at today. I really can't wait to see how from one extreme, from the electric car to the gasoline-powered car. So this is going to be exciting.
Yes. Okay, so let's look at the overall picture of the tournament, of these exciting races. Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific has 5 online qualifiers. Each qualifier gives points to players based on their ranking in the qualifier. Among 5 qualifiers, each region selects the top 5 based on total points from their 3 best races. 20 qualified players will compete in today's tournament. For today, we will have a final qualifier just like 10 players. So it will be like 10 qualifier, one race with 10 players, another race with 10 players, and the 5 winners from each qualifying round will move up to the final round with 10 players, and the 10 drivers will compete in the final. So we also have some wonderful awards to give to the players today. It's amazing. First, our 20 finalists, all 20, today will all receive Porsche branded Bose Quiet Comfort 35-2 headphone, presented by Bose. How's that?
Nice.
In addition, the 4 best players from each region will receive a Tag Heuer connected watch, presented by Tag Heuer. And here are the awards for today's final. Third place is a Bose home theater soundbar. This one, amazing. For the second place, it will be a €2,000 Hugo Boss voucher.
Yes, please.
Now you want to compete, right? And the winner will receive so much. Let's check. Dinner at the Momentum by Porsche, and a 2-night stay at Andaz Tokyo, wonderful hotel, and a 90-minute driving session at Porsche Experience Center, including the expense to come to Tokyo with another person. So for
that
2.
Sounds great, but it's new. The winner will receive this 90-minute driving session at the Porsche Experience Center,
Yes.
which is just opened up in just west of Tokyo, actually, in Chiba. This is an amazing center. There are 9 around the world. This is actually the second in Asia. There's one in Shanghai.
Yes.
But this one has a 2.1 kilometer long track that has a couple of corners that are based on famous corners around the world, including the carousel from the Nürburgring and the corkscrew from Laguna Seca.
Wow, all combined in
all
the same
in
track.
this one track, yeah. Plus, of course, you've got a drift circle, you've got a low friction handling track to test your oversteer and understeer. Plus, of course, they've got an off-road area. So
Wow.
this track covers everything. It's amazing.
And the winner will experience all of it. Yeah. All right, so time to get to the racing underway. Before we see the race, let's check out the qualifier and see the video. So the qualifier will be a one-make race featuring the Taycan Turbo S19. Yes. This is the timetable for today. So for 2:15 p.m. Japanese time, it's the final qualifying round 1, which will be the drivers from Korea and Taiwan. And afterwards, we have the second qualifying race, including the racers from Japan and Asia Pacific. And then from 3:55, we have the final round. The time trial, so the qualifying for, to choose the grid.
Yep.
And then the final race will be held in 4:15 p.m. Japanese time. And 4:45, we have the ceremony.
Wonderful. Great stuff.
Great stuff. Yeah.
Can't wait to see how these guys are going to use their combination of, especially in the second race between the different types of tires that they can use, medium and soft, because it's very much about tire wear and how you can manage your tire wear over a race.
Okay, let's look at the car. Do you have? Can we now check out the video of the car of the Taycan? Yeah, Taycan Turbo S19. So Peter, could you introduce a little bit about the car?
This Taycan S Turbo, this is an amazing car. It's Porsche's first ever production EV. This is the finest, most complete EV ever launched. It handles like a supercar with savage acceleration and an agile, rewarding chassis, but offers 4 seats and a usable range of just over 400 kilometers. It can go from 0 to 100 in 100 kilometers an hour in 2.8 seconds.
Wow.
Top speed of 265 kilometers an hour.
Wow, amazing. And now we will move on to the circuit that we use. It's the Suzuka circuit, the world famous Suzuka circuit in Japan. So Peter, you know this track
I know it very well. Yeah, I've driven there many times, and this is regarded in motoring circles as the best, most challenging racetrack in Japan. Suzuka, of course, is located just west of Nagoya in central Japan. Every major race category, from Formula One to MotoGP to even D1 Grand Prix, has raced there since the late 80s. It's constructed in a figure-of-8 layout from 1962, 5.8 kilometers long, 18 corners, and of course, main corners are Degner, the S's, and the Spoon.
And we have today 9 laps. We're going to use the racing hard tires, and we have no fuel consumptions, and the tire wear rate will be 3 times of real life.
Interesting specs, actually. This is going to be a very challenging race.
And now, I think we are now have the chance to introduce the 10 drivers who qualify from each region. So this is the 10 drivers for the first race. It's 5 from Korea and 5 from Taiwan. From Korea, we have Cha Won-choi, 23 years old, and San Jin-yuk, 33 years old. Young Hoon-ji, 37 years old. Jun Jil-nam, 31, and Young Chang-kim, 22. And from Taiwan, we have Yi Tang-cho, 20 years old, young, and Chun Ta-lin, 33 years old. Sheng Hon-si, 34 years old. Chi Yong-chang, 36, and Wei Hun-yang, 41 years old. These are the 10 drivers who will compete and challenge for the top 5 to go to the finals.
We've got quite a large age gap there, from 20 up to 41. It's great to see a couple of different generations playing in this final today. And also, when you look at the skill levels as well, you've got some drivers have only been driving for up to maybe 3 years, whereas some have been driving for 20 years.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the practice interrelates with these drivers.
And it's amazing how the young people just, learn the learning curve of the young people.
Exactly.
How fast they learn.
They pick it up so quickly, especially the tire wear and this sort of thing is amazing to watch.
So, and the top driver from each region will go through to the finals. And so that will make 2. And the other 3 drivers will be selected from the 3 fastest, besides of the 2 from the region. So it will be like maximum of 4 from one region.
Yeah, okay.
It's possible.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So, or maybe 2 from one region, 3 from one region, you never know, but at least 1 from each region will go through the final, and the rest is just decided by time. So, we're now waiting for the qualifying round to start the race. It's almost time to start the race. We are still waiting. The qualifying has been done. It's finished. Yeah. I think we have...
we've got pole position there.
Yeah, I think we have pole position from
Taiwan.
Yeah. We're still waiting for the images to come. Well,
you've got the...
But we have 9 laps
driver.
of Suzuka circuit. Well, tire management with 3 times of real-life degradation is not easy.
Not easy, but it all depends how well you use your tires during the race. And I mean, some of these corners are really, really fascinating and very, very tough to drive, actually, especially a corner like the S's, for example, because you're constantly on and off the gas, little touch of the brakes, you're getting some very high G-forces in the corners, plus some of these corners through the S's are actually reverse camber. So you're being pushed and having to manage your tire where you don't want to understeer through those corners or you'll lose grip later in the race. So it's very important to maintain your line, maintain your speed, the right sort of speed, plus keep up with the other drivers at the same time.
Okay, the race will start in 2 seconds. Now let's look at the grid. So this is the race 1. This will be the decider for the 5 racers to move on to the finals. So these are the grids. Lining up at the pole position is from Taiwan, Cho, E10. Second is from Korea, Kim, Young-chan. And then we have Nan Jung-jil from Korea. And then we have from Taiwan, Lin Chun-ta. And then we have Jin-yuan Chang. Yeah, and then we have from Taiwan, Yang Wei-shun. And we have now from Korea, Choi Hwa-hwan. And then we have 8th place is Ji Shun-young. Ji is from Korea, Ji Young-hun. And these are the 10 drivers.
Isn't that a good-looking car? Wow.
Let's see. So everybody from Taiwan will be yellow, and everybody from Korea will be blue.
Okay.
Still waiting for the start.
Thing about this car, of course, is it's an electric car, so we're not going to have a lot of engine sound.
And it's blackout.
There we go.
And it's a quiet start, and a nice start from Cho.
Yeah.
Quiet but exciting start. Let's see at the first corner.
Oh,
Kim is trying to
manage to keep Kim out of the first corner there.
Yeah, but it's a nice move from Cho.
Entering the S's now. They're going to want to keep their line through here.
So it's now...
So you don't get overtaken. Yep.
Taiwan,
on
Korea,
and off the brakes.
Taiwan. It's the first lap, opening lap of 9 laps of this Suzuka circuit.
This is the future of racing, by the way, because we're going to see a lot more electric cars racing.
Yes.
So we're going to have to get used to racing that is a little quieter than what we're used to.
But the benefit of it, you can hear more tire sounds and everything.
Yep.
Of what the car really, you will hear more the details of the car, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Besides of the engine sound, because usually because the engine sound is so loud, you will not hear anything from the tires or from the brakes.
Well, as we've seen, electric cars are very quick, and although the top speed is not as quick as gasoline-powered cars, this top speed of this car is around 265 in the real world. Maybe it's a little higher in the game, maybe 270 in Gran Turismo.
Yes.
But you're going to see some very quick acceleration out of the corners because these cars, they don't have any gearing, so basically acceleration is instant.
Right.
And here we are. Here we have, I think Kim getting draft from streamlining behind.
And it's a famous 130
Chow. Here we
R.
are. Oh, he's managed to keep him out of that.
And it's now to the chicane.
Yep, they're going to have to brake at 100.
Will he
stop,
go
because
to
these
inside?
cars are quite heavy. They're well over 2 tons, so you're going to have to get on the brakes a little earlier than normal.
I see. We see now the
Accelerating
wings coming up on the back of the car.
This is one of the main overtaking spots on Suzuka going into the first corner. So can he draft and get past? Can he get past? No.
No. Cho
held
defends
him out.
his top spot. Still, it's Cho and then Kim. A tight battle between these two, and it's Lin following the
he's
two.
all over him. He's all over him.
Yeah, if something happens to the front two, Lin will just go through and pass them all. So I think Lin is also in a good position to see all the battles from the back. And, you know, not involving in the battle will be just a tire saving kind of situation.
That's right. You can tell that they're really they're almost nursing these cars through these S's here. You can tell they're really trying to maintain their tires because they will need them in the final lap.
Right.
When they really want to push, they really want to make sure that they have enough brakes and acceleration coming out of the corners. Oh, really using the full width of the track there. You've got to be careful not to put both tires off the track. You've got to keep those tires on at least the
Otherwise
apexes.
You will get penalties, right? So we're now in the lap 2. Just went through the hairpin. Now moving to the spoon curve.
This is a difficult corner.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's actually 2 corners.
It is.
Right?
Yep. You go in
combined.
quite quickly. Just tap the brakes, get some weight on the front tires, turn in, and then you have to. Oh yeah. And you have to brake again in the second part of the corner, and accelerate. Quick acceleration out, and then accelerate hard up the hill. We could see a bit of overtaking here.
Oh, now side by side. I think it's Yang trying to overtake
nice
Choi.
One.
That's the view from the backside.
Bit of touching there going on.
And in the 130R, it's Choi still keeping the 5th position, and now it's to the chicane.
This is
a
major overtaking spot. Yeah.
Not from the outside. That was a good try, but it didn't actually pay off.
Didn't quite work, no.
But still,
Choi is he's only managing to keep Kim out. He's like 0.1 of a second behind.
And now it's turn 1, lap 3. Good defense by Choi, and this is now back to. Oh, we see now Kim in the front. There was a switch between the top 2. Kim overtook Cho.
Yes.
Now Korea is in the top, followed by 2 drivers from Taiwan, and it's Kim who got an incident under investigation. So maybe there was a touch of wheels or touch of cars between the top 2.
Yeah. When you're racing at this level, there's always going to be a bit of touching going on.
And I hope it doesn't end up as a penalty. Kim, Cho, and then Lin. Still Lin, looking really, really relaxed at the 3rd spot. And now it's another chance for the battle of P5. Choi, Yang, and
this is
C.
Into the hairpin, so you've got there's 2 ways of taking that. Either you go in tight on the apex or you go wide around. And accelerating hard, heading up to the spoon.
He's
lost it.
He's
well controlled. Nicely controlled. That's some real quality driving there.
I think,
brilliantly caught.
This should be also rally.
There's a bit of off-road there.
Yeah.
Have to change tires, I think.
Exactly, That was a nice move after his overrun. So Kim still in the top after overtaking Cho. And Lin still in the 3rd. Let's see the replay of overtaking. It's turn 1. From the inside.
Oh, he went. I think there was a bit of a bit of collision there.
Yeah.
And I
Cho,
think
well, that was
Kim came out on top.
And now
because
it's
he just tapped Chow around the driver's door, I think.
Let's see, it's lap 4 of 9 now.
So are they going to leave that as a racing incident?
I don't know. We don't still have any information about
any word about that.
So it's,
I love these cockpit shots. These are getting better every year.
Yeah,
look
it's
how
so
real
realistic. It's so real.
You can see how they're having to really manage their throttle through these because you don't want to go too wide in these S's. Otherwise, you lose speed.
Yeah.
You've just got to really feather the throttle through these S's and just tap the brakes a little bit to maintain perfect traction.
So it's a warning against Kim. So no penalties.
Oh, okay.
If he does it one more time, I think he will get a penalty, but it's still a warning.
Yeah.
Kim. But it was nice from Cho to just remain on track after that incident.
That was brilliantly driven, yeah. These guys really. Oh, a bit of tapping there, just a little soft nudge saying, I'm here. I'm going to challenge you very soon.
Let's see what's going to happen at the S or at the back straight.
Yeah.
It's time for overtaking. It's a chance for overtaking for Cho. Still tight battle between Taiwan and Korea.
To the spoon.
This is a battle for P5. Choi and Yang.
In fast, braking slightly in the corner, going wide in the apex, grabbing the apex on the way out.
And the second one is tighter.
Yes.
And then you go to the back straight. You need some speed.
Because these cars are so perfectly matched that it really does come down to tyre management and getting some good drafting. Otherwise,
so from the outside,
I think.
From the outside, it's
he can't.
Yeah, no, a little bit too late of brakings.
No. To get through the chicane, you'd have to be on the right-hand side, I think, to pass there. Yeah.
Not from the outside.
Very difficult from the outside because the chicane is so tight.
I see.
And it's also very difficult to see. You're coming in at like 250.
Yes.
And you're having to brake very quickly, and you can't actually see the entrance to the chicane until you're right on it.
I
see.
see.
You've just got to sort of have a sort of a sixth sense as to where it is.
I see. So that's the reason you have to be in the inside.
Yeah.
To overtake. Now we are at lap 5. So we finished the half of the race. 9 laps is the format for the qualifying race. Kim still on top, followed by Cho.
So we've got a couple of the drivers have moved up. There seems to be a few position changes here.
So Kim is
quite often.
Yeah. So Kim is now in front, but it seems that Taiwan is really strong now.
Yeah.
With second, third, and fourth.
Oh yeah.
Dominated by Taiwan. And this is the back shot.
Interested to see how Kim is managing to stay ahead. A little bit of tapping coming out of the hairpin there.
But that makes it a little bit difficult for Cho to catch up at the straight and to the to the spoon curve.
Yeah, Kim is taking the absolute perfect line through these corners, which does make it difficult for Chow to get past him, even if he is drafting well and managing his tires.
So now we're back on the back straight.
He does have a bit of drafting going on there, but he can't quite. Oh, this looks interesting.
P5
all over the back of him like an oily rag. Oh yeah.
Let's see what they can do. It's 130R. And now we're moving on.
He goes a little bit wide.
The chicane. No.
No.
And it's battle of the brakings. Choi still in the front.
No, Kim has managed to hold on to the lead.
And this is Choi defending P5.
Yeah.
Still two Koreans.
Defending P5, yeah.
Yeah, the two Koreans are making a perfect defensive drive. Defending the first spot at 5th. Now we are lap 6. So 4 more laps to go.
But it's basically down to the top 3, I think, at the moment, because we've already come up with a 4.5 second gap between 1 and 4. So I think, given that we've got 3 laps, I think unless we see some prodigious driving, it's going to be down to Kim, Che, or Lin, I think.
But Peter, what really is important is the top 5 drivers will go through to the final, right?
Yes.
And if so, and there's Kim now from Korea in the top, and followed by the Taiwan drivers.
There's
which
3
means,
of them,
yeah, which means the 5th spot will be the final
That's
spot
right.
to go
So
to the final. So this battle,
Choi
the battle
really
of 5th,
wants-
yes,
really
Choi
wants
and
to-
Yang, this 5th spot is the final seat for the finals.
Very important, yeah, and it's very close. I mean, look at that, it's under half a second
Exactly.
behind. There seems
3/10
to be
of
a
a
little
second.
more happening here in terms of
And this is now the top.
drafting, no.
Battle for P1.
He's got some, his braking is excellent.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Joe got past, but he's still looking for a chance to.
Charles' braking is amazing.
Be back at the top. This is Kim and Joe. Now again, another 130R. Ooh!
That's
tail to nose. And
maybe
a little bit wide from Kim. So it's a chance for Cho. Cho, he's now trying to overtake. No, but it's side by side switch.
He can't get him.
No, still not. Ooh, another touching.
Yeah, there's a bit of tapping going on here. You'd expect that because they're in evenly matched cars.
Yeah.
With the same tire grip as well. Oh, he's all over him. Look at
And
this.
it's turn 1.
Okay,
round the outside.
No.
It's Cho round the outside.
No.
No way for him to pass.
Oh, this is good.
Auto drive from Kim. And a little bit.
He went a little bit wide. This is where it's going to happen.
Kim is now taking
So
the
he got
inside,
him.
but it's Cho from
He
round
went
the
a little
outside,
bit
and now
wide.
it's Cho back
Kim
in
went
top.
wide. Oh dear.
Amazing move by Cho.
Now he's pushing hard. Kim is pushing hard to catch up.
And we're now heading to the Degner curves after this. But it's still Cho.
Kim is sandwiched between 2 Taiwanese.
Yeah.
he's
No way to
getting
go.
it from the front and back.
And I'm sure Lin has more tire remaining, so
Yes.
maybe Lin has a chance to attack at the final 2 laps. It's 2.5 laps to go. This is the view. We're driving now together with Lim.
On board with Lim, yep. So I think the best.
Oh, and Joe ran wide.
He went wide.
Oh my God! It's
Wonder what
Kim.
happened there. Bit of understeer. Maybe he braked too late.
And it's side by side with
Side by
Kim
side
and Cho. Cho trying to get his position back, and it's Spoon.
No.
Front. Oh!
Pushing hard. We're at the absolute limit of these cars.
Still Cho in front. And
I'd be interested to see the battery level. Where would we be in terms of battery? Because normally these cars would last around 400 kilometers in a real world situation on public roads, but being pushed to the
hard.
limit. I wonder how much battery we have left. I'd say probably about a third.
I see. So 100 kilometers.
So we have to go and recharge very soon. Just kidding. But
You need a
see,
charger?
look at the. You can actually see the brake rotors. Going a little bit red there as they enter the chicane.
And Peter, it's a battle for P5. And Xiang and Choi
This is-
side by side. And the final corner. It's Choi now in front.
Yes.
Back in front is Choi.
He
So-
needs to stay there to give the Koreans some representation
Exactly.
in the final. Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be like 4 Taiwanese driver for the finals. So Choi must defend to get
Going
the
to be
second
tough.
spot
It's
for
going to be
Korea.
tough. He's really got to drive a perfect race from now on. Keep his line. Not really blocked, but as long as he keeps his line, he should be okay.
And it's really difficult to overtake from the
These
off lines,
S's are
right?
so tough, yeah.
We're back at the P1, 2, 3. It's Kim now attacked by Lin. So Cho still in front. Kim and third is Lin. These battles are also really tight. Well, they will go to the finals anyway, but
see, they certainly will. But you really want to try and get as many points as you can. So these drivers are pushing very hard for the podium. I like to see. It's interesting to see we've got a Korean Taiwanese sandwich going on here.
Yeah.
We've got Kim in the middle.
And Lin is trying to find a way to overtake him.
Because, of course, you see, the thing with Kim is he's trying to take over, trying to get back on the lead, but he's also very worried about Lin behind him. So he's having to concentrate on two cars at once, and that's also very difficult.
And also, you don't. What you want to avoid is to just run wide and lose many positions, so that you will not go through to the finals.
That's right.
So you always have to be inside of the top 5.
So this is
another problem
heading
for
to one of them, overtaking parts, just sections just before the chicane. Okay, so Chao is going to keep the lead here.
Yeah.
Can Kim catch up down to the first corner? Because if he can, he might be able to overtake in the first corner if Chao goes a little wide. That's what he's hoping. He's hoping that Chao pushes hard into that first corner.
Yeah, and Peter, Lin is now close to Kim.
Okay.
For P2.
Yes.
And we see on back that P5's battle is still really tight.
Wow, that is so tight. Look at that. 0.1 of a second difference. Good heavens.
We're now following the top 3. And the final spot for the finals, P5 is still a really tight battle. It's the tightest.
You can tell the tires are starting to degrade. We're getting a little bit of understeer through there.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
We see a little bit of the steering wheel moving to the right, to the left.
Yeah.
A little bit of
But
snaps.
these cars are very well balanced. You don't really see too much oversteer here, which is quite interesting because, I mean, we are at the limit of the tire adhesion, but there's a lot of neutral steer going on. I don't see much understeer or oversteer.
We're now at the final lap. A couple more corners to go. It's the hairpin. And then approaching the spoon.
You're having to stay tight. When you approach the spoon, you really should stay tight around the right-hand side of the course. Okay, they're going. Here we go. Yep, into the very tight on the right, getting the apex. Under heavy braking, entering there, and then more heavy braking to take the second part of the corner.
And you want to move out fast so that you can gain speed at the back straight.
Get back on the gas. I'd say back on the gas, but there is no gas. Get back on the throttle.
Back on the electrics.
Yeah, on the electrics. Yep.
And I think it's secure for them.
Yeah, I think
to go
he's gonna
to the finals.
I think these 3 are in for sure. It's just, can Kim?
Oh,
no, he's a little, no! What happened there? The tail went there. He well controlled.
That was close.
Just shows how the balance of this car, how good it is.
And we're now moving to the final corner, and it's Cho who will win the qualifying race and move up to the finals.
And Kim in second.
Kim, top of Korea, and then Lin in third. And now we see
and
Chan.
Choi from Korea lost out to
Oh
Yang.
my God! And it's Yang, so it's 4 spots for Taiwan.
Oh wow!
Choi 6th, just missed the
what a shame
for the
we
finals.
We missed that. Yeah.
So it's 1 Korean, 4 Taiwanese to the final.
Wow, that's
what
interesting.
a contrast!
Good heavens! What a turn up at the last part of the race.
Yeah.
And then we finally have Nam coming over the line. Yeah. He must have he must have come off somewhere.
So Nam finished 9th. Unfortunately, Sanjin Yuk just got to travel with the connection and just logged out.
Oh,
so
I see. Okay.
Had no chance to participate in the race.
I see. That happens.
Yeah. But it's Cho who wins the race.
Well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations for Taiwan.
Great driving.
That was a tight battle between
the lead changed at least 3-4 times there.
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah.
But I mean, you could tell that they were very aware of their tires, and they weren't pushing too hard.
Yeah.
To keep the tire wear for the last couple of laps, which is very intelligent.
And from my point of view, I think Lin drove a really intelligent race. Just not being too much aggressive, and if something happens in the front, he will pass it over smoothly. But that didn't unfortunately happen. But he was really clever, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Kim drove an almost perfect race. He just went a little wide in the hairpin, I think.
Yes.
And it allowed Chao to take the lead, which happens. You really got to focus so much and manage those tires. Yep.
But the top 3 were in different levels, I think.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So will be really interesting how they will drive in the final race.
Which is a totally different car again. We're
Exactly,
looking at
and a
the
different
GT3
circuit.
RS, totally different track, different racing conditions, plus
And
2 tyres, of course.
Exactly. And we have a pit stop also in the final. So we are still waiting for Cho to do some interviews.
Yep, we're going to interview the winner of the race and see. I'd look forward to hearing what he has to say about the overtake.
Yeah, exactly. And we have also a chance to talk with Kim. So let's listen to it from both sides.
I'd also like to hear what they think about the car because I don't know how many of these guys have actually driven a Taycan in the real world. Yeah, this is a car that has.
What's your
explosive acceleration?
Yeah?
It is the most amazing electric car on the planet right now. It's the quickest. The thing about it is that it's the first electric car that has a racing car chassis, basically.
I see.
The electric motor and the batteries are positioned extremely low in the body to give you some really great cornering. So the car doesn't roll in the corners.
I see.
You've got 4-wheel drive. You've got a car that has amazing potential. It does 400 kilometers to a charge.
Yes.
It's quite a heavy car, but it's still extremely fast. It drives like a Porsche. This is the main part about this car.
So the DNA is still in it.
Yeah, it's not just an electric car, but it drives like a Porsche, like you'd expect a Porsche to drive.
Wow.
Plus, it's insanely quick. It's just it's amazing.
And the motor is so powerful.
And expensive. It's a bit expensive.
But no. Well, that's the future of the car.
It is. It's the future of racing. I think we're going to see a lot more of this in the near future. So I'm glad that we actually got to see an electric car race here.
Yeah, we already see like Formula E, like those Formula cars in electric, but now we're starting to see GT cars or those cars. You know, these other categories with electrics. Right?
Well, many other companies are coming in. I mean, Audi, for example, they use the same chassis and powertrain as the Taycan, the Audi e-tron GT, which is nearly as fast, a very good-looking car, but uses the same powertrain. So we will see a lot more of these. I mean, the Americans are coming out with some very interesting electric cars as well.
But I think Porsche is one step ahead.
They certainly are with the grip, the performance. The first time I drove the Taycan, it was a new world experience.
Okay.
It was quick and it drove like a Porsche.
I think we're ready with the
interview. We're ready.
So let's hear some voice from Cho, I think, from Taiwan, who run the race. Hello, Cho. Congratulations.
Yuteng Cho, how are you?
Cho. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Can you hear us?
How are you? Okay. We're speaking with Kim from Korea. Okay, I think there was a little bit of confusion. I think we were talking with Kim. With Kim
Youngchan Kim, how are you? Congratulations on coming second.
Thank you.
So there was a tight battle. How was the race?
레이스가 어떠셨나요?
예선 2등을 할 줄도 몰랐는데 좋은 성적으로 예선이 끝나서 중간에 한번 추월도 하고 그래서 1위로 끝내는 줄 알았는데 그 1위 선수분이 너무 페이스가 좋으셔서 아쉽게 2등으로 끝난 것 같습니다.
Well, so it was an unexpected result. Well, during the race, he kind of expected to end in first place, but things that Cho was too good, and yeah.
What happened? You were leading the race, and you understeered into the hairpin, I believe. Is that right?
언더스티어링이 났던 것 같은데 맞나요?
마지막에 헤어핀에서 언더스티어가 나면서 투어를 당하긴 했는데 그것 때문에 순위를 일단 뺏긴 게 아닐까 싶습니다.
In the end, he had like little bit of an understeer in the hairpin, and he thinks that's why he ended up in the second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the impression of the Taycan driving?
타이칸을 운전해 보신 소감이 어떠신지?
타이칸을 트레이스 타니까 상당히 가속도 빠르고 거동 자체가 엄청 안정적이어서 운전하기 재밌는 차였습니다.
So the Taycan was much lighter and faster than he expected, and he thinks that it was a very stable and fun car to drive on the track.
Yeah, I see, because it's a very heavy car, so you must feel the weight of the car entering the corners. Even though you do have some Porsche brakes are the best in the world, but still you must feel the weight of the car. Maybe when you understeered into the hairpin, the car just felt a little bit heavy. So I'm just wondering if that was part of it, because in other race cars which weigh 1,400, 1,500 kilograms, this is like 2.2 tons.
Right.
So just wondering what you thought of the Taycan as a race car.
아무래도 타이칸이 조금 무게가 있어서 헤어핀에서 언더스티어링이 낫다고 볼 것 같은데 레이스카로서의 타이칸은 어떻게 평가하시는지 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
레이스할 때 저는 제동을 제일 중요하게 생각하는데 아무래도 무게가 있다 보니까 제동에서 한계가 빨리 온다는 점이 조금 아쉽긴 했습니다.
His first priority when he races is the braking system, and since the Taycan is kind of heavy, it was a little bit of a difficulty for him.
Yeah, I can imagine. Have you driven an electric car before in the real world? I'm just interested to hear.
이전에 전기차를 운전해 보신 경험이 있으신가요? 실제로요?
그냥 공공도로에서 한두 번 정도 그냥 잠깐 운전해 봤던 것 같습니다.
One or two times maybe in the public road.
I see. So he knows how to drive an electric car. Okay, so good luck in the finals. I'll see you and hope you're gonna win the finals.
Good luck.
Good luck.
결승에서 좋은 결과 있으시길 바랍니다.
네.
Okay. So that was Kim from Korea, and now we're waiting for Cho, I think,
from Taiwan,
who won the race. I think we're connected. Hi, Cho. Good. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
恭喜.
So how was the race? It was a tight battle between Kim and you. How was it from your point of view?
这场比赛基本上是这个州这边跟这个韩国这边选手的较劲。那你自己觉得怎么样呢？这场比赛？
因为就是我在第二圈还是第三圈的时候，就是1号弯有点小推头，所以就是被超了过去，然后后面就是紧紧跟在后面，然后找寻机会去超车，然后我觉得 Kim 也很快，然后也。他失误也很少，然后幸好是他最后有一点小推头，所以才能顺利的超过他。
Okay, so in this race, in my first, second, and third lap, I had a little mistake. So the Kim player had just surpassed me, but he thinks Kim is a very fast racer. But at the last 8 and 9 laps. He finally surpassed me, so I think he made a little mistake, so that's why I can win this game.
I see. You must have thought as though all your birthdays had come at once when Kim went wide at the hairpin.
Your moment of life.
A special moment to pass him. Did you get that?
Yeah.
It was like a present. It was like the door opened for you. Yeah.
Mistake.
Well, good. So you drove almost perfectly with this race. So what's your expectation for the finals after this?
你在这场比赛基本上是说是开得非常完美了。那你自己在 final 的比赛，你自己的策略是什么？
谢谢。然后我在比赛的策略是就是跟紧前面的脚步，然后因为纽柏林是一条很长的赛道，任何事情都可能发生，而且我们要保持安全。然后所以我就可能就是等待前面失误，然后就是像semi final 一样的策略，等待前面失误，然后找寻机会超车。
Okay. So in the final game, I will try my best to keep up with any players because since the racing route is a long race and we have to run have to run 13 laps. So I just will try my best to keep up with all the players and not to make any mistakes. That's it.
Well, luckily you have 4 Taiwan drivers in the final, so good luck.
To help you, yes. Are you?
Yeah, thank you.
How confident are you on the Nürburgring? It's a 20 kilometer long track with over 150 turns, very narrow track with no runoff areas almost. How confident are you?
那你自己在对这个纽柏林的赛道，你自己对自己的信心大概有多少？因为纽柏林赛道它是比较非常复杂的赛道，那你自己在对决赛这个自己的自信能到达什么地步？
老实说，纽柏林是我最不擅长的赛道，但是我觉得我有努力练习过，然后也把每个弯都背起来，然后也跑过至少有上百圈，然后就是尽我所能，不犯任何失误，然后等待前面机会来临。对，谢谢。
了解。Okay, so the Nürburgring is not. I'm not very familiar with this Nürburgring, but I have practiced more than 100,000 times. So I will try my best to keep up all the lanes, and I will just do my best.
Good luck, and see you in the finals.
Good luck.
OK， 恭喜你哦，也祝你在决赛中能够拿到好成绩。
He's not familiar after finishing 100,000 laps?
I think he meant 100 laps, but anyway, even if you do 100 laps, I think you know the Nürburgring pretty well.
Yeah.
But he is coming up against some tough competition. After all, we do have the 2020 world champion.
Exactly.
World final champion, Miyazono from Japan.
And that's coming in less than 10 minutes. We have a short break, and the qualifying race 2 will beginning in 2:55 p.m. Japan time. So we'll be back soon. Don't go away.
Gracias.
Hallelujah, if we were born for greatness. Say hallelujah if you were born for greatness. Hallelujah, I was born for greatness. Say hallelujah. Whoa, this is the show. Shine like a gold.
There is no beginning. There is no end. Time is an ever-flowing stream of consciousness. Moments are only frozen pictures within the movement. Time is unstoppable, relentless. Progression is our substance. Eternity lies in every second. All that exists is now.
参加させていただきます。日本代表の加藤達彦です。
日本代表の川上かなたです。
日本代表の佐々木優斗です。
日本代表の菅原達也です。
日本代表の宮園拓馬です。
Hello, I'm Luis Moreno and I'm one of the Philippines representatives.
Hi guys, my name is Spaghetti.
Hi, my name is Kelvin.
Hello guys, my name is Danish Witness Warren.
I'm Matthew McEwen, the New Zealand representative for the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific.
So welcome back and welcome who just joined us. Today we are bringing you the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific from Porsche eSports Racing. My name is Sasha and alongside with me is Peter Lyon.
Great to be with you today. Looking forward to this final race.
It was a wonderful qualifying race.
It certainly was. That Taycan electric car is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a very heavy car, but it's quick and agile.
Okay, let's look at the car once again. We have the video for the Taycan. Let's check out what kind of a car we're going to use for another race. This will be qualifying 2 race. So it's more than 2 tons?
It's up to 2.3 tons, 4-wheel drive, 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Top speed of around 265.
Amazing.
And you have a range. This is what electric cars are all about, of course. Range of 400 kilometers in the real world. On a racetrack, still to be seen.
Well, racing is not that efficient, so.
I look forward to seeing how far these cars can go on a racetrack.
Uh-huh. And the racetrack will be, once again, Suzuka Circuit. We have the same condition for another qualifying race.
Yep.
We changed the drivers from Japan and Asia Pacific, so we do the same thing with the different drivers. So Suzuka Circuit, the world famous. Well, as we saw at the first race, the first turn, the hairpin, and the chicane will be the points to overtake.
That's exactly right. It's a 5.8 kilometer long track. Has 18 corners, and as you say, the chicane, first corner, are some of the major overtaking spots. The Degner and the S's are actually very, very important parts of the track that you must get right. You must get perfect line through those tracks, through those corners, and not understeer. That's what it's very important to do.
So there are so many iconic circuits all around the world. Peter, what makes Suzuka so special?
I think Suzuka is one of the best tracks it's the best track in Japan, one of the best in the world, because it's in a figure of 8 layout.
Right.
As I said, it's 5.8 kilometers long, 18 corners, but it's very well balanced. It has as a racing driver, it has everything you expect. It has reverse camber corners. It has tight hairpins. It has double corners like the spoon. You enter quickly, just tap on the brakes, and then in the corner you have to brake even again. It has the high-speed 130R. Then you from that high-speed corner, you're coming into a chicane where you have to brake from over 200 down to about 80 in the space of a very short time. Plus, it has a bridge. It's one of the few tracks in the world that has a bridge. So this track has everything, and it's used from Formula One use it, MotoGP to D1 Grand Prix.
Exactly. And in Japan, we also use it for Super Formula or any race categories we'll be driving here. Also, Porsche Carrera Cup is also
Carrera Cup,
held here. So we have 9 laps again, and it's racing hard tires, and the tire wear rate is 3 times of real life.
Yeah.
And slipstream strength is also real.
I hope they use it. I want to see them using the slipstream.
We saw a lot. Okay, and now let's introduce the 10 drivers for the second race. So for the first race we had from Korea and Taiwan, and now for this race we have 5 from Japan: Takuma Miyazono, Tatsuya Sugawara, Yuito Sasaki, Kanata Kawakami, and Tatsuhiko Kato. Youngest is 19 years young, Sasaki Yuito.
Yes.
And we also have 5 drivers from Asian Pacific. It's 1 from New Zealand, Matthew McEwen. From Malaysia, Danash Wigneswaran. And from Thailand, we have Ariki Jisre. And then we have from the Philippines, Terence Lalav. And then from another one from Philippines, we have Luis Moreno.
And of course, what we have to look for here is we must make mention of the fact that Takuma Miyazono, who is the #1 Japanese driver, is actually the 2020 world champion for Gran Turismo. So
exactly.
And Sugawara is actually a driver who came 3rd as well.
Yes.
So we've got some very quick drivers in there.
So let's see who can challenge them in this race. It's also a big battle for the Japanese drivers to go through to the finals, I think.
Yes.
And also from the Asian Pacific regions, there are lots and lots of drivers who will challenge to go into the top 5. And
I mean, some of these guys are practicing 20 hours a week to make sure that they have the skill to keep up with the top Japanese drivers. So I think we're going to see some very fast racing here.
Well, let's see how the qualifying finished, and the lineup of the qualifying race 2 will be announced quite soon. But it's going to be a Japan is a home country of Gran Turismo, so we have lots and lots of strong drivers from Japan, of course, and it's, I think, the challenge from these 5 guys from Asian Pacific between, against these Japanese drivers. So let's see who can.
Well, basically, for example, Miyazono, who's only 21, he's been racing in GT, Gran Turismo, for 17 years. So since he was 4 years old, he's been racing. So that just gives you an idea of the depth of experience that these drivers have.
Wonderful. So, and we have the youngest of this competition, Sasaki, with 19 years old. The oldest from these 10 would be Lalav from Philippines, 36. Yes. So we have another range of ages from this group too. And and it was really tight between the battle for P5 and P6 in the first race. So, we have to focus on the top spot.
You've got 2 races going on.
Yeah,
race for the win and the race for number 5. Yeah.
So that would be another point to watch for this second race too. So we're still waiting.
You can see the layout. See the layout of Suzuka Circuit there. I mean, is that just not one of the best?
People are not watching, so that's a problem. They see this, we see that. We're still waiting for the qualifying to finish.
Suzuka Circuit. It's one of the best layouts you'll see on a race.
Can we show the Suzuka Circuit one more time here, if that is okay? maybe we can talk a little bit about, or Peter can talk about the Suzuka layout once again before we move on to the finals or to the qualifying race. This is
there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
So 5.8 kilometers long. It's when they do have a Formula One race in Japan.
Yes.
They haven't had it for 2 years.
Yes.
Unfortunately, but they race at Suzuka because it is the circuit to go to for Formula One. Because it is loved by so many racing drivers. When you ask Formula One drivers around the world which tracks they like, it's either Suzuka or Spa, I think it is. Yeah. Or Nürburgring as well, Hockenheim they like, but Suzuka is one of the best. The figure of 8, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The 8, you have the cross in the middle, the bridge.
Here.
This there it is. The bridge just there. The S's are one of the best parts of this track. It really challenges a driver in terms of his throttle work, braking, and steering, because that's where you really don't want to understeer through the S's. So this track is wonderful.
Now we have the results of the qualifying, and it's the Japanese who are dominant.
As
the
expected.
Top 5. Yeah.
Miyazono and Sugawara, 1 and 2.
And then Kawakami, Kato, Sasaki, followed by Wigneswaran from Malaysia.
Yep.
He will be the best from the Asian Pacific region, followed by Moreno.
And then McEwen.
From Philippines.
Arik Jasiri and Lalav. Okay. So it's basic, but when you look at it, there's only really 1 second.
Exactly.
1 second difference from 1 to 9.
So it's a really tight battle.
Yep.
Of course, there is a gap from the pole position from the 10th, but you never know what's going to happen.
It's interesting because I don't think these drivers have driven electric cars before. So I look forward to seeing how they
react,
how
to
they
these.
manage the weight and the tires. Yeah.
So let's see the grid once again from pole position. It is a current Gran Turismo champion Miyazono.
Yep. 2020 world champion. Yep.
And Sugawara from front row, second spot, also from Japan. Japanese drivers will drive the red car. Kawakami is from the 3rd. Kato will start from 4th. And the youngest 19-year-old Sasaki from 5th. 3rd row, 6th spot is Wigneswaran, top from Asian Pacific. Followed by Moreno from Philippines. And also McEwen from New Zealand.
Yep.
And the final 2 will be Arik Jisri from Thailand and Lalav from Philippines. Okay, let's see. We are waiting for the lights to come up. It's a 9-lap race, the second qualifying race between Asian Pacific and Japan.
And they're on hard tires with 3 times the tire wear
Exactly.
of real world. Yep.
Tire management is also a main factor. It's 4 lights, 5 lights.
5 lights and
blackout. Still waiting.
Okay.
And it's start. And it's Miyazono making a good start. Sugawara also
Sugawara's right behind him.
And Miyazono takes the lead after that first corner. And moving on to the second corner and to the S's. Still the top 5 Japanese driver are keeping the lead, followed by Wigneswaran and Moreno, and McEwen in the 8th. So it's a clean start.
It's like a red train going through the
followed by a green train. Yeah.
Green train, yeah.
A decent start from all these 10 drivers. No collisions or no accidents happening.
But it is strange, isn't it, watching an electric car race? You really have to sort of change your mentality.
Yeah.
So because you're expecting to hear engine noise and tire noise. You will hear tire noise, of course.
Yes.
Oh, a couple of drivers, Japanese drivers going very wide there.
But it's
in
okay.
Degna.
No difference or no changes.
Oh, a bit of tapping there going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sugawara touched Miyazono.
Telling him I'm here. I'm going to give you a challenge in a few moments.
And they're now moving to the spoon.
Pushing, going very wide there and then going. So you go wide and then cut into the apex. Brake under heavy braking. Oh, the tires are fighting for grip. More braking and then you turn into the exit of the spoon and we're away up the hill.
Back straight.
Yep.
This is the longest straight, including the 130R.
Can
Flat out.
Sugawara get some drafting behind? No, not yet.
So will the chicane be
the undoing of Miyazono? I don't think so.
No.
He's very good.
And
he's very composed. Miyazono is always very composed, yeah.
And behind, it's the battle for the top spot of Asian Pacific. Ignace Waran and Moreno. Tail to nose. Only the difference is 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's the bottom three who are lining up for the first corner. Let's see.
So we've got the last three drivers are dropping back a bit. We've got a second difference now between 7 and 8.
Yeah. I think McEwen had a little bit of difficulties in the back straight or at the
I
chicane.
see.
So this is, we're driving again together with Ignace Waran. So we're now climbing up the S's.
Yeah, we can see them managing the throttle, not going too wide there in the middle part of the S's. You can't go wide there, and then cutting in to grab the apex, and then grab the apex on the outside of the corner there. And then heading through to Degner.
We're now in lap 2. So if this race finishes in this order, it will be the top 4 Japanese plus Ignace Waran who will move up to the finals.
Okay.
Because top from each region will go to the will qualify to the finals.
Exactly. Yep.
And that makes Sasaki eliminated here. So there's still a tight battle between, I think, Kato and Sasaki, or maybe with Kawakami, to secure their spot to the finals. This is Moreno, currently 7th, second in the Asian Pacific region. Well, it's a clean lit race.
These guys know this track so well. You can tell that they've practiced so much. I mean, for example, Miyazono practices 10 hours a week.
Okay.
We got Sugawara behind him, practices about 5 hours a week. So only half of what Miyazono does. But he's still managing to do it. He must be very efficient in his practice.
Exactly.
And then we have Sasaki, who practices 10 hours a week as well. So he's way up there. And then
that's a big crash at the back.
Oh dear.
I saw one car just hitting the walls. Maybe it was the one from Thailand, Arik Jisri.
Because he was in 9th. Okay, he's dropped back to 10th.
Yeah. So Lalaf moved up to 9th. Still Miyazono taking the lead with Sugawara 2nd. Kawakami 3rd. Kato and Sasaki. So the battle between Kato and Sasaki is now 0.4 seconds.
Okay.
And this is now 9th. Lalab, who moved up after the crash of the driver from Thailand.
I was just saying, it's interesting to see how many hours a week these guys practice. Because as I said, Miyazono's on 10 hours a week.
Right.
Sugawara's 5 hours. Sasaki's 10 hours. Kawakami's 15 hours a week.
Wow.
and then Kato's 15 hours a week.
That's
too,
like 3 hours a day weekdays, right?
Yes, exactly. But most of these guys have at least 15 to 20 years of experience on Gran Turismo. So there's a big difference to other drivers from the Asia Pacific region, I think. They live Gran Turismo.
Exactly.
It's almost like part of their DNA.
They have a life in Gran Turismo.
Yes. Now, as for the other Asia Pacific, from our other Asia Pacific drivers, let me just check here because it's interesting to see our New Zealand driver, McEwen, 20 hours a week.
Oh, that's a lot.
Good heavens. And our Ignace Waran from Malaysia, 25 hours a week.
He's currently top of the Asian Pacific region, so that makes sense.
That makes sense. And Arika Seri from Thailand.
Yeah. We are now driving with him.
20 hours a week.
Oh, also
and
a lot.
he's a huge Initial D fan.
Oh, really?
So
I see. of the manga. And
it gives him
anime.
motivation to chase his dream. His initial D. So maybe when he's driving, he's thinking about being Takahashi. From,
exactly.
From Initial D.
So this is Sasaki chasing Kato. Well, only maximum of 4 from one region will go to the final. So
Miyazono seems to have pulled forward a bit. He's a second ahead of Sugawara.
I think the top 3 is now a little bit ahead of the two, Kato and Sasaki.
Yeah.
Now we're driving again with Sasaki.
But Miyazono is showing his medal. Look, he's already pulled out maybe 5 cars, 5-car difference over Sugawara.
Yeah. It's becoming a huge gap actually. 1.1 seconds.
He's picking up. He's gaining. Oh no, he's back.
Sasaki trying to
get
overtake
past,
Kato. Yeah, otherwise he will be eliminated. And this is McEwen and Moreno. McEwen trying to overtake Moreno. And it's side by side to the spoon.
A bit of tapping going on.
From round the outside, McEwen.
Heavy braking. You can see the tires squirming under pressure.
And it's a warning against Moreno. Maybe too much of touching from Moreno. That you can't just defend on your way.
Of course, into the corner.
Like it will end up a collision. So it will be a warning for Moreno. But still, McEwen has a chance. And to go to the finals, McEwen has to overtake 2 drivers, Moreno and Weakness Mara.
Oh, okay.
Because we are now currently seeing the old Japanese drivers running the top 5. And it's Sasaki and Kato still trying to find a way to the finals. It's now lap 5 of 9. Finish halfway.
So I'd say down, you see, we're up to about 240 kilometers an hour down the straight there. That's reaching the maximum speed, V max of the Taycan.
Yeah.
But it's really fascinating to see how these drivers are handling this very heavy electric car around Suzuka.
Exactly. It might be difficult actually.
It is very difficult because you're having to manage the weight of the car more than anything. Although the car doesn't roll that much because of the low center of gravity. You know, you've got the electric motors, the batteries, the inverter very low in the car.
And they're so heavy, right?
It's basically the same build as a race car. Yeah. It's a road car, but it's built like a race car. And you've got loads of grip through the 4-wheel drive, but the brakes, I mean, Porsche brakes are some of the best in the world. And these, I think these are 8. I think they're 8-piston brakes.
Wow.
No, they're 10-piston brakes.
10-piston.
10-piston brakes.
Amazing.
Well, I mean, when you're trying to pull up something that weighs over 2.2 tons from 260 Ks, you need some decent brakes.
Yeah, you need power to brake it to decrease the speed. And we're now driving with Kawakami, currently P3, trying to overtake Sugawara. So it's Miyazono now 1.3 seconds ahead.
He can't quite get in the slipstream. He's getting there, but he just he just can't quite get there.
Sugawara's car does seem a little bit nervous. A little bit, it was like V-wing kind of move.
Yeah, a little bit of squirming going on there with those tires, Sugawara's tires.
Now another try from Kawakami. And behind that, we see Sasaki also challenging Kato. This is Wingness Maran. Still top for the Asia Pacific region. We're now in lap 6. That means we have 4 laps to go. Still the green train is trying to chase the red train.
Lavra is under investigation.
Oh yeah.
What happened there? Must have tapped someone perhaps.
Exactly, there's a red dot.
I wonder what happened.
Blinking on the left side, which means that's
we should get notification soon as to what happened there.
This is Sasaki now, currently P5. He needs to overtake Kato.
Oh, okay.
To go to the finals.
Well, there's a chance. I mean, if Kato makes one mistake, Sasaki will be all over him. Yeah.
So it's really important to be on his back.
Yeah, really. This is the pressure that you feel when you're ahead of someone and they're trying to get past you. You're just totally worried about maintaining your line and not understeering. In other words, not missing your cue to brake. I mean, when you have to brake, you got to brake.
I see.
When you must.
So
you can't be too worried about what's happening behind you.
I see. Oh, this is Sasaki now.
Oh. Side by side.
Side by side on the back straight. Oh, that was an aggressive move by Kato.
Yes. But look at this. There must be some. He's trying to get past. He's maintaining his line into the corner. They go wide into the 130 yard.
Yeah.
No. Oh, well, he just manages to keep it on the track.
And the next chance will be the chicane. Round the outside.
Kato
from
will.
Sasaki. Wow.
No.
Touching, and it's inside now, Sasaki.
Oh.
Kato running a little bit wide, and Wigneswaran is coming from the back. It's 3 drivers. Oh my God, it's Wigneswaran now moving up.
Sasaki.
Also followed by the other Asian Pacific drivers. It's Sasaki down to 6. And it's Kato 4th. Wigneswaran 5th. Sasaki 6th. Moreno and McEwen.
Wow.
What a race!
Wow. This is exactly what happens when you have two drivers squabbling in a corner.
Exactly.
Wigneswaran saw that happening and said, yes, please, I'll take that. Thank you.
And that's a strong move by Wigneswaran for his way to the final. Because he has his rival, McEwen, 2 spots behind. So Wigneswaran has now Sasaki behind him, which means would be, some kind of a block.
It's going to be very interesting to see if Sasaki can get past, because I have a feeling that Sasaki has more experience in more cars than Wigneswaran. We'll see what happens. Well, these guys go really wide through Degner, don't they? I reckon they must be on the limit of going off the track, off track limits.
Yeah. We see Moreno now challenging Lalav.
Oh.
No, but it's McEwen still in front. It was McEwen and Moreno. Moreno once again at the spoon.
So Wigneswaran is all over Kato. Good heavens.
And it's a warning against Sasaki for collision. And
just a warning, okay.
Yeah, so no penalties. We see in the back McEwen and Moreno fighting for P7.
You notice, look at Miyazono. He's nearly picked up 2 seconds.
9 seconds.
2 seconds over Sugawara.
That's amazing.
That just shows you the brilliance of this driver.
Oh,
what happened there?
We saw
Who
a
was
big
that?
crash by McEwen.
Oh dear. He must have either tapped someone or understeered.
And it's a penalty for Sasaki. That's
dear.
Half-second penalty, which means Moreno now has a chance to overtake Sasaki for P6.
Oh dear.
We have 2 laps to go. We still don't know if Kato has a problem or if Kato makes a mistake, there will be another chance for Moreno to move on.
Yes, I wonder if we're going to see what happened with McEwen there. What happened there? Did he just understeer through the chicane, or did someone tap him, or what happened there?
I think he tried to overtake and just
lost
ran
it.
wide.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
I'm not sure, but he's now in the bottom of the race. So
yeah.
Well, let's see. And Sasaki has to do his penalty. Let's see. This is McEwen Moreno. He wanted to. Yeah.
He just went wide.
Yep.
Yeah, he just went a little. See, you can't see the entrance to the chicane until you're
As
right
you told
on
me,
it.
yeah.
So you have to brake at least 100 meters before the chicane to be able to corner at the chicane.
We see now, Sasaki overtaking Wigneswaran, but he still has to do his penalty.
How did he do that?
I don't know. I think it was at the hairpin.
Hairpin, yeah.
This is Wigneswaran's view. And now Sasaki trying to
See, look, on board with Igniswaran. Look at the detail of the cockpit.
Yeah.
Look at those gloves.
So real. And now, Sasaki now trying to slow down. It's slowing down. And Igniswaran overtaking.
Oh, Kato.
And
Kato had just done his penalty. He's he's been pushed back.
Sasaki had a half-second penalty and pushed back, and Igniswaran is now 5th.
So when they impose a penalty, it's almost like just putting his brakes on. They just the race stewards just put his brakes on for a couple of seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's now the final lap. Can Sasaki challenge Igniswaran again?
It's going to be tight. This is going to be tight for 5th place.
Yeah. And we see Sugawara and Kawakami's second place battle is also a really tight.
Very tight.
Now
Miyazono, it's a one-man race at the front here. He's just showing how to do it. Perfect line. Look at that. Oh yes, beautiful. That's how you drive the S's at Suzuka.
For this race,
anyone that wants to know how to drive the S's, that's how you do it.
Okay. Well, we see Miyazono in a different level for this race. Sugawara and Kawakami still battling for P2. But you can't just smash into a wall, so that will end their races.
So can Kawakami get by Sugawara in?
But all they need is to just be on top 5 or 4. So if it's finished in this order, it will be exactly this order. This 5 who will go to the finals.
Yep, that'll be 5, yeah.
Lalav and Alex Shari.
And McEwen won't. They'll be just
he's
out of the race.
5 seconds. Oh, and Sasaki overtook Igniswaran.
Oh, really?
And Igniswaran back in 5th. So I think there's a battle going on.
Wow, that looks tight. What's happening here? Can we see that?
Yeah.
I want to see what's happening.
Spoon. This
we know Miyazono's one. Here we go.
And it's now the back straight.
Igniswaran has to maintain his line. He has to take the inside line through the 130. And he also has to stay on the right-hand side of the track for the chicane. Don't open the door. Keep it closed.
Oh, yes. And it's a slide from Sasaki. Oh, my God, it's Sasaki.
He went wide.
Oh, my God, it's an overrun. And it's Miyazono who wins the race. Sugawara and Kawakami 2nd, 3rd. Kato 4th for the final. And it's Igniswaran who will clinch the final spot for the final.
Great to see.
And Moreno, Sasaki 7th.
Oh, nice.
Oh, McEwen. Enjoying his final straight.
That's how you drift a tiger.
Exactly.
There you go. But that was well done. You could see Kato really tried at the very last chicane to overtake Igniswaran, but he was hoping Igniswaran was going to make a mistake, but he didn't. So he really tried to get around the outside, but he was just going too fast.
Exactly.
And he couldn't corner.
Well,
Miyazono, what a champion. Good heavens.
So strong, Miyazono, 21 years old, from Japan, 2020 Gran Turismo champion.
And he won 3, I think in that same year he won 3 championships in the 1 year in different countries.
That's
they have
amazing.
6 different regional finals, and I think he won 3 of them. So I mean, he is one of the best in the world, and he just proved it.
And we're waiting for him to show up on screen so that we can talk a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what he thinks of this electric car, because of all the races I've seen Miyazono do, I think he's driven some hybrids, but mainly a gasoline-powered, turbo-powered race cars. I don't think they've driven an EV before. I'd love to hear what he thinks of these, because this is the future of racing, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And this is the fastest, best handling electric car on the planet.
Exactly.
So I'd love to hear what he has to say about it.
And also, after that, or before that, we also have a chance to talk with Igniswaran.
Oh, from
Malaysia,
forward to that.
Who will go to the finals as top Asian Pacific contender.
But as expected, I mean, we were expecting a very strong performance from the Japanese contingent. They are very strong, especially the top 3 drivers.
Yeah.
And they proved us right. they know these tracks and they can adapt to new powertrains. This is the future of racing.
Well, it was in Suzuka, so for a little bit of advantage maybe for the Japanese drivers because you know it's a home circuit. And let's see, for the final we use I'm gonna explain later on, but we're gonna use Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, so which is the north course.
I love it when you say it in German.
Nordschleife. And let's see. And well,
so
I'm gonna mention later on also the corner names.
Oh,
how you
please
pronounce
do.
it in
Yes,
German.
please do. Yes, our 1-point German conversation class today. Yes.
Okay, the interview is ready. We will start with Miyazono from Japan. Congratulations. おめでとうございます。
おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ね、圧勝でしたね。It was a dominant race.
予選がうまくいったので、そこからあとはもう淡々とレースを進めるだけっていう感じで、はい、順調に、ゴールまで車を運ぶことができたと思います。
So it was a good qualifying, so the race was easy. You just had to start from the front and just finish the race. Wonderful.
And 宮園選手、これで2トン以上の、電気自動車ですけれども、これで初めて電気自動車のレースでした？ Was this your first race in an electric car?
はい。実は去年の、そのポルシェさんのイベントでも、体感でレースさせてもらったことがあって、なので初めてではないんですけど、そうですね。やっぱりちょっとエンジンブレーキが効かない部分とかがあったりして、また電気自動車特有のなんですかね、ちょっと扱いづらいというか、ちょっと特徴的な部分があるんですけど、まあでも低速域のトルクは本当すごいですし、あとは何よりかっこいい車だと思うので、まあこうやって体感で一撃取ることができて本当に嬉しいです。
So, what's your expectations for the final? 決勝はもうだいぶ自信あるんじゃないですか？
まあ、正直、得意なのがこの鈴鹿の大会の方だったので、はい、まあ、決勝の、ニュールブルクリニックの方はちょっと自信は落ちるんですけど、まあ、でも、まあ、自分が一番速いと思ってますし、まあ、最大のライバルはおそらく菅原選手になると思うんですけど、まあ、彼に負けないようにしっかりと頑張って優勝を目指して走ります。
So he thinks he's very good at Suzuka, but he's not as confident on the Nürburgring. But he'll be racing a gasoline-powered car, so I think it'll be okay. I just wanted to ask one more question. 宮園選手、その体感なんですけど、やっぱり重さはかなりこうなんていうのかな、考えてやっぱ走ることになるんですか？ The EV Taycan is a very heavy car, so I think it's a very difficult car to drive on a racetrack fast.
そうですね。やっぱり重たい分、特にブレーキングがシビアになってくるので、そのあたりはより普段よりも注意を払って走るようにはしてるんですけど、でもその重たいっていう部分を何ですかね、それ以上に加速がものすごいので、はい、重いっていうところも感じたりはするんですけど、加速がすごいっていう部分も一つのいい特徴かなとは思います。
That's what the EVs are all about. It's very heavy under braking. If you can feel the weight of the car under braking, but it's also very quick out of the corners. So it's a totally sort of different race experience.
But it looks nice.
Yes.
おめでとうございます。それじゃあまた決勝で、楽しみにしておりますので頑張ってください。Good luck.
Good luck.
はい。
Good luck.
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
So that was Miyazono, winner of the race, and now we're still waiting for Wigneswaran and to join us to have some words from him.
That was a good race. He really battled hard with Sasaki. He was battling hard with Sasaki.
Yeah, Sasaki and also with Moreno. So there was a type out, and he was also once battling with Kato. We have
under investigation the race result.
Yeah, the stewards are under investigation
because maybe the last corner, the last
could be
entering the chicane.
And so I think it's gonna be the results between Wigneswaran and Moreno maybe. If it's
I wonder if Sasaki may be involved in that as well, because There are
still,
a couple of incidents of
Right.
what they might call racing incidents. A bit of touching going into the spoon I saw, and also that final corner, the final chicane.
Yeah.
A lot happened there. So I think the race stewards have a lot to check.
Exactly. So only 4 drivers from one region will go to the final. So Sasaki will anyway not have a chance to go to the finals.
No.
But then it becomes the problem of Weakness, Varan, and Moreno, I think.
Yes.
So which one will be the one and the right one to go to the final?
Yeah, I don't know. I must have missed something because Wignes Warren was maintaining his line going into the chicane. Kato was trying to go around the outside, and then Moreno was right behind Wignes Warren. Sasaki went off.
Exactly.
Understeered and went off, and then Wignes Warren held his line. I think Moreno was right in there behind him, and I just wonder what happened. Something we might have missed with Moreno and Wignes
Maybe we
Warren.
saw Sasaki's move too much.
Yeah,
we missed something
focused
between
on that
Wignes Warren and Moreno.
As he hit the barrier, the tire barrier. Yeah.
We will all focus to Sasaki. So
I wonder what. Yeah, look. It should be interesting to see what happened there because it must have been that corner. It really must have been that corner.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the final results to come in. Well,
what do we have?
And okay, we're still waiting for the results. So we make a short break, and I'm sure we're gonna announce after the break the real results of the second race, and we will see the final race with the 10 drivers. And we're gonna start again the finals in 3:45 p.m. Japan time. So that's about 12 minutes from now. So give us a break, and we will see the results after this break. So see you soon.
Okay, I wonder what happened.
Gracias.
Hallelujah, if we were born for greatness. Say hallelujah if you were born for greatness. Hallelujah, I was born for greatness. Say hallelujah. Whoa, this is the show. Shine like a gold.
There is no beginning. There is no end. Time is an ever-flowing stream of consciousness. Moments are only frozen pictures within the movement. Time is unstoppable, relentless. Progression is our substance. Eternity lies in every second. All that exists is now.
Der Vision GT hat sich wirklich so ein bisschen angefühlt wie mit 5 Freunden eine Garage mieten und einfach ein Auto zusammen aufbauen. Inspiration holt man sich überall. Einmal ist es meine Keramik, die ich nebenher mache. Ich habe schon immer gern Objekte geformt und jetzt habe ich das in einem Job ideal für mich integriert. Bei der Keramik fasziniert mich vor allem, dass ich mit meinen Händen aus so einem Material in so kurzer Zeit was herstellen kann.
Die Fotografie war immer ein Teil von meinem Leben. Schon von klein auf habe ich angefangen, mit den alten Filmkameras zu fotografieren. Visualisierungsspezialist kann man sich als virtuelle Fotografie vorstellen. Die Form von dem Auto kommuniziert zu einem und ich interpretiere dann diese Form durch Licht. Der persönliche Stempel, den ich den Arbeiten aufdrücken kann, ist die Perspektiven, die Komposition, die Bildsprache.
Ich glaube, als Designer muss man sehr viel visuell kommunizieren und Zeichnen ist meine Muttersprache. Ich habe angefangen, seit ich 10 war. Es inspiriert, wenn man manchmal nicht über Autos nachdenkt, aber andere Objekte oder Menschen zeichnet. Das bringt natürlich auch große Vorteile für meinen täglichen Job als Interiordesigner bei Porsche.
Ganz wichtig war natürlich, dass wir ein engagiertes Team zusammenstellen. Und wir sind auch der Meinung, man muss ganz unterschiedliche Typen zusammenbringen mit verschiedenen Backgrounds und verschiedenen Mindsets. Leute, die auch einen Bezug zum Gaming und Motorsport haben. Es ist ein Zweisitzer. Wir wollen als Porsche ein sehr kompaktes, leichtes, sportliches Auto darstellen.
Wir wollten ein Fahrzeug, das eben tatsächlich auch jeder Spieler ernst nehmen kann und bei dem man sich wohlfühlt. Das Besondere am Vision GT war, dass wir uns konstant mit dem Thema beschäftigen, wo geht eigentlich der Sportwagen der Zukunft hin. Klein, leicht und effizient sind Werte, die wir heute mehr brauchen als jemals zuvor.
Wenn man sich das Fahrzeug anschaut, dann haben wir versucht, die sehr klassischen, runden Porsche-Volumen mit neuester digitaler Technik so straff wie möglich zu gestalten und dann eben ganz radikal Aero-Themen davon wegzuschneiden. Also ich kann es natürlich kaum erwarten, den im Spiel zu fahren.
So diese ideale Vorstellung von einem Sportwagen, sehr zukunftsweisend, zeigt, was denn möglich ist.
Ich glaube generell, dass die Fahrzeuge nachhaltiger und intelligenter werden. Aber das bedeutet nicht, dass die emotionalen Faktoren wie zum Beispiel sportlich fahren oder dynamisches Design nicht weiter interpretiert werden kann. Das Vision GT-Konzept zeigt genau diese nachhaltig und intelligente Zukunft mit einem sehr sportlich und dynamisches Design.
Hi, I am Ken Maeda, Marketing Director of Porsche Japan. Welcome to the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific Final 2021, live from Tokyo, Shibuya. The Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific, initiated by Porsche Japan, Porschekoria, Porsche Taiwan, and Porsche Asia Pacific, is the biggest eSports tournament in the Porsche eSports history, with so many regions joining. Over the past 4 months, we had more than 2,000 participants from 11 different regions racing over 5 qualification rounds. We had some very intense races with historic and current Porsche models on the world's most famous racetracks, like the 911 RSR on the Fuji International Speedway, the 919 Hybrid on the Le Mans, or the historic 356 Carrera Speedster on the famous Goodwood Motor Circuit. Today, we have the top 20 players coming together in the virtual world, joining from New Zealand, Thailand, Philippines, South Korea, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Japan. In just a few more minutes, the final race will begin, but before that, I'd like to talk about the future of eSports in the Porsche world. The virtual sports car of the future, you dream it, you drive it. The Porsche Vision Gran Turismo is the first Porsche car developed purely for the digital world and will only be able to be driven by gamers. climb into the virtual sport car of the future in Gran Turismo 7, coming 4th March 2022. Best of luck, and also a happy Christmas season, and stay safe. Thank you.
So welcome back, or welcome to the show. This is the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific from Porsche eSports Racing. My name is Sasha. I'm your host and also the commentator for today. Alongside with me is Peter Lyon.
Glad to be with you for the final race today.
Yeah, and before we go to the finals, actually at the second qualifying race, we had a little bit of confusion issue at the end of the race. It was regarding to the top spot of the Asian Pacific. Let's see what happened with this video. Check it out.
We had Wignes Warren coming into the chicane with Sasaki.
Yes.
And apparently Wignes Warren went wide
and pushed Sasaki
off the track.
Yeah.
And he had to counter steer and he ended up going off, as we'll see here.
This one. So we're now approaching the 130R.
And then heading into the chicane. Now Wignes Warren goes right.
Yes.
Sasaki goes left, and then Wignes Warren pulls out, knocks Sasaki off. He has to counter steer. He goes off, and Wignes Warren. So Wignes Warren actually, unfortunately, has been ruled as a foul. He pushed.
Yes.
So he pushed Wignes Warren pushed Sasaki off the track, so he's been disqualified. Yeah.
Yes, and he got a penalty, and for that Moreno moves up, and will be the final fifth driver to move on to the final race, which will be in a few minutes.
So the bottom line is, drivers, race fairly.
Exactly.
Maintain your line. Yep.
In real life.
Yes.
You need to respect the rules.
Okay.
And for that, will Moreno move up for the finals. So, for the finals, now we are checking what kind of a car we're going to drive. It's going to be the 911 GT3 RS 16.
Yes, from 2016. This is the 911 that sits at the top of the 911 hierarchy. It's a rear-wheel drive, road-going race car.
Yes.
It has 500 horsepower, 4-liter naturally aspirated engine, flat 6, 500 horsepower, spins up to 8,800 revs, 460 newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3 seconds, standing quarter in 11 flat. Wow. Top speed of 310. I mean, this is the absolute peak of what Porsche can do in terms of a road-going car. It has Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, so it has huge grip. It's got titanium connecting rods, a crankshaft made of high-purity steel that they only use in Formula 1.
Yes.
So, I mean, this car has so much race technology in it. Plus, it is very quick and handles brilliantly. I mean, it's perfect. As you go into the corners, you can just feel every bump in the road. And that's what it means when you're driving on a track like Nürburgring. You need to feel everything going into the corners.
I see. So we're going to use a beast.
It is a beast, yes, and it sounds amazing. We're going to hear some real flat 6
what
sound.
we were missing a little bit in the first part of the show. And we're going to use, as Peter mentioned, the Nürburgring Nordschleife, which is the north course, the old course. So you know this track really good.
Yes, I drove there in 2010.
Yes.
This is the greatest track on the planet. It's 20 kilometers long, 154 corners.
Yes.
Some of the corners, of course, we all know so well: the Carousel, the Flugplatz, Arenberg, Bergwerk, and of course the Dottinger Höhe.
Dottinger Höhe.
Yeah, which is the main straight where a lot of the passing, overtaking will be done today. But a couple of things about this Nürburgring track are it's a very narrow track. It doesn't have much runoff, and if you leave the track, you're going to go straight into the barrier very quickly. Of course, we have elevation of over 300 meters.
That's a lot.
So there's a lot of climbing and going up and downhill.
Right?
Yeah. So this track is the greatest in the world, the most grueling track in the world, and you've got to really know the course back to front. And this is a course that you can learn very easily on Gran Turismo.
Okay.
As I did when I did my race. Yep.
Yeah. You drove with Gran Turismo before you actually intended to
race. Did 100 laps on Gran Turismo before we drove in the race, and of course my co-driver Kazunori Yamauchi, creator of Gran Turismo, he showed me how to do it. 100 laps is what you need to be proficient. Wow. And it's very authentic. This game is very authentic. It sets you up for the real world.
So let's look at the rules for the finals.
Oh, yeah.
It's 3 laps of racing. Well, it's 20 kilometers long, so it's still huge. And the tires will be medium and soft.
Yeah.
Which means they have a mandatory pit stop. So it's either 1 lap of soft, 2 medium, or 2 laps of soft and 1 medium.
Well, that's going to be. I think that will define the race as to whether you go for 2 laps on the soft or 1 lap on the soft. But I think that given the length of the track and the amount of tire wear, 5 times tire wear on this race. So I think drivers will only be able to do 1 lap on the soft and then have to pit very quickly. But the thing is, will they start on the mediums or start on the soft?
Exactly.
That is going to be a very important part of the race. And I think I've seen in the past Miyazono is brilliant at his tire choices and tire strategy. So it's going to be interesting to see how he chooses and what the other guys do.
So, and also the fuel consumption rate is 2 times of real life. Which means there will be also, I think, refueling through the pit stops?
Possibly, yeah, I think there will be. This is a very long track, so you have to be prepared. You have to have enough fuel and enough tire to be able to take these 154 corners.
And the slipstream strength is real, so you're going to feel a real slipstream.
And you basically feel the slipstream about halfway along the Dottinger Höhe.
Dottinger Höhe.
Yes.
The long straight, which is, Peter, you will.
This one here. So you'll start to feel the slipstream around about here because you exit the final corner here and around here, you'll start to feel you start to feel the drafting, and you really do. If they feel it in this game, you it'd be the way that you would feel it in real life, which is the way we felt it at about 260 kilometers an hour.
I see. So since you drove the course really, let's check out how the course is. Can you explain a little bit more? The starting line is over there, right?
Starting line is
in the bottom of the course.
Just here, yeah.
Yes.
And then the first corner, which is a tight left-hander,
yes,
quite slow, only about 100 kilometer an hour corner, has actually been renamed in
recently?
the last year. For fans of Gran Turismo and Nürburgring, they will know the name Sabine Schmitz, who is a very well-known German racing driver.
Yes.
Also was a taxi driver at the Nürburgring in the BMW M5 for many years.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she passed away in March of this year from cancer, and they named the first corner at the Nürburgring, Nordschleife, after her. So it's now called the Sabine Schmitz Curve.
I see. So after the start, we will approach the Sabine
Schmitz corner, and then go down the hill to Flugplatz, and then Arenberg, and then
Flugplatz is over here, right?
Flugplatz is over here, and then a long left-hander,
Flugplatz,
Arenberg, and then around to Brünchen.
Brünchen is over there.
Yep.
It's the other side of the corner
after
the carousel.
Yep, we can't forget the carousel. That's a track that is now being rebuilt at the Porsche Center in Chiba in Japan.
I need to go there to see.
Yes, the carousel.
Yes, carousel.
Carousel.
Yes. There's actually two carousels here in Nürburgring.
Yes,
you have
that's
the
right.
small carousel after,
which is the second last corner.
Yes.
Yep.
Before the Dottinger Höhe. Yes.
And with the carousels, are very interesting corners because they are basically at two different angles.
And also the surface is different, right?
Yeah, exactly. Cement. So you've got basically like a cement surface on the lower part of the corner, both corners actually. So you have to enter at just the right speed to be able to take these corners. Overspeed into these corners and you'll drift out of the corners onto the tarmac and go wide and lose time. So you have to be very aware of your speed and tire grip.
And also, because of the elevation, I think the driving would be really, really difficult because there are so many blind corners. Well, I drove it with, of course, not in real life, but with so many times with Gran Turismo, it's so difficult to just finish a lap without any big mistakes.
It is, yeah, exactly.
But,
about a third,
yeah.
Basically, just from recollection, maybe a third of the corners are blind. So
that's so difficult.
You have to have a mental map in your mind of the track.
I see.
So because you're going over a corner at about 180, 200, you have to know where the apex is on the outside of that corner, so you can catch it. And
even if you don't see it, right?
Even if you don't see, you won't see it. And then so you're doing it 200, see the apex, turn, and there's a lot of track difference, and there's actually some reverse camber corners as well, like Brünchen has the second part of the corner, you'll have a reverse camber, so once again overspeed and you'll lose rear tire grip and drift out and go into the dirt trap because there's a dirt trap there. But most of the track is so narrow and you have no real runoff areas that if you're going to leave the track, you're straight into the barrier straight away and you'll lose time.
And also at the final race you will lose position, of course. So
exactly.
Wow.
But this track, this race will be very interesting to see not just how the drivers perform, but how they use their tires, because it's all about tire wear and strategy for this race, especially when the track is so long.
Exactly.
You can't make a mistake with your tire choice. You have to really think about it in advance.
And also starting with soft or medium. If you start with soft, you'll be fast, but you can
make up some time in your first lap, but then you'll have to be ready for some fast finishing guys at the end.
So, or you're gonna start with medium and make a 2-lap and then change to faster tires, which means you can catch up maybe. So it makes the game and the race really interesting.
And I think maybe one or two drivers will try to do 2 laps on soft.
Will they?
I have a feeling one or two may try just to push the curve. That could be interesting to see just how far they can get on soft tires.
Maybe some gambles.
Why not? Yep.
Yeah.
Bit of gambling.
And can we check now the top 10 drivers who will be driving the finals? I think we have a list for that. Let's check.
There we go.
So the top 4 of the Japanese driver made it to the finals, which is Miyazono, the Gran Turismo champion, with Sugawara, who Miyazono said would be the main contender. Kawakami, also a really strong driver, 3rd. And Kato, who finished 4th in the second race, is also qualified. With Cho Yi-teng from Taiwan and Chun Ta-lin, also Chang Chi-yuan from Taiwan. We have 3, and another one is Yang Wei-shun. So we have 4 Taiwanese drivers. And we have Moreno, who moved up from 7th to 6th, who qualified top at the Asian Pacific.
Yep.
And Korea's Kim Yong-chan, who was really strong, almost finished at this top spot. Had a tight battle.
Now, age difference. Once again, we've got a 21-year age difference from Choi.
Oh, really?
From 20 here to Yang, 41.
Amazing. That's like, yeah, father and son.
Father and son almost. Yeah, why not? That's how it should be.
Yeah.
2 different generations. Because, I mean, when you think about it, Gran Turismo is a quarter of a century old now. So some kids, like for example, Miyazono, 21 years old. He's been playing it since he was 4.
Since it came out, right?
Since it basically came out. So, he knows his stuff. And most of these drivers have been playing for more than 15 years.
Yeah.
So they all have great experience.
Yeah, even for Young, he's 41 years old, but 25 years ago, he was just 16. So
that's
when
right.
he came out, Young was young.
Young was young, exactly. He was young, but he was still fast.
And it was a decent year to start playing a new game. So.
Yep. And of course, we have the new GT7 coming out very soon. So that's something that everyone will be looking forward to.
Pre-order it.
I will do it when I get home today.
You can simply order it with your PlayStation, or just click the button, and you'll have it. And the time came out. When
Hope it comes out on time.
Yeah. Well, so we have another 2 minutes, I think, to start to the qualify. For this race, we're going to see the qualify, which will be 3 laps of time, mostly. So it will be it will be a time race, actually. So the best time of each driver in the qualifying time will be the pole position.
Okay.
And after that, we're going to see a race of 3 laps. So
let's maybe just have a mention the car again, because the car they'll be racing is one of Porsche's greatest cars ever, the 911 GT3 RS 991.
Yes.
As I said, you've got the 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6, 500 horsepower at 8,800 revs, 7-speed PDK dual clutch gearbox. Amazing sound. This engine has one of the best engine sounds you will ever hear.
Yeah.
The Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires with huge grip levels. It also gets rear axle steering and torque vectoring and a variable rear axle diff lock to assist in the corners for maximum grip, and especially on exit. And it has extremely sharp steering and some really beefy progressive response from that flat 6. This car is a beast. As I said, it has 220 kilograms of downforce at 300 kilometers an hour acting on that rear wing. And it's got some really funky aero parts up the front as well. These louvered guards actually also offer 110 kilograms of downforce at 300.
Oh, really?
Yep. So you've got downforce at the front and at the back. So this car just grips to the tarmac like basically no other Porsche.
Wow. Let's see how they can handle this super beast.
Yeah, exactly.
And who will be the best driver. So we are now still waiting to the qualifying to start.
It's going to be a very interesting race with this car and this track. Here we go.
We're still waiting.
They're doing on the warm-up lap, are they?
Yeah, the warm-up is going to end in 1 minute and 20
tires.
seconds.
They're Michelin Sport Cup 2 tires.
Yes, we have 4 from Japan, 4 from Taiwan. Yeah, and then we have 1 from Philippines and 1 from Korea. That makes 10. You see the Japanese driver will drive the red car. The Taiwanese driver will drive the yellow car. Philippines from green. From Philippines, they drive the green car. And Korea will drive the blue car.
Okay.
So you will see easily with the color of the car which driver they are, from which reason they are from.
Green from Philippines, blue from Korea. Okay.
Exactly. And yellow from Taiwan, red from Japan, as you see in the flag.
I mean, this car uses some really high-tech racing technology. You've got it uses magnesium in the roof to save weight.
Oh, really?
Magnesium and titanium connecting rods.
I see.
And some very high purity steel in the crankshaft. So it's a car that uses really almost F1 technology for a road car.
That's amazing.
With a rear wing that's like 2 snowboards stuck together. It's like huge. It's about that big. It's a real beast of a car, and it sounds great.
Okay, the warm-up will be finished, and now we are heading to the qualifier. It begins in 3 seconds. Finally, we have the chance to see what the 10 drivers will do first at the qualifying to just decide who will start from the pole position. So this is Sugawara. And we see Miyazono coming out.
That's going through Sabine Schmidt corner. There you go.
As you see, we have 12 minutes of qualifying time. So for the 12 minutes.
Okay, so that gives them basically 12 minutes. Okay, so one lap then. Okay.
Yeah. So, and while we are seeing these drivers trying to qualify, let's look at the videos from the 10 qualified drivers. They sent us a video of how they feel about the championship and of this race. So let's check it out.
ポルシェグランツーリスモカップアジアパシフィック日本代表の宮園拓馬です。グランツーリスモ歴は、17年ぐらいになります。予選ではかなりいい走りができていましたし、今回の決勝でも同じような走りができるように頑張ります。必ず優勝できるように頑張るので、ぜひ応援の方よろしくお願いします。
ポルシェグランツーリスモカップアジアパシフィック日本代表の菅原達也です。普段は筑波サーキットを中心に実車のレースにも参戦しています。予選ラウンドは前半3戦を安定したレース運びでポイントをしっかり稼ぐことができたのが良かったと思っています。決勝はポルシェ eSports レーシングジャパンの初代王者として、またマニファクチャラーシリーズアジア地域のポルシェ代表として、この大会で負けたくないという思いがすごく強いので、優勝を目指して全力を尽くしたいと思います。応援よろしくお願いします。
日本代表の川上かなたです。グランツーリスモ歴は約20年となります。予選ではミスもありましたが、コンスタントに上位でゴールすることができ、なんとか代表権を勝ち取ることができました。決勝ではもちろん優勝を目指しますが、熱いレース内容にも注目いただければと思います。
ポルシェグランツーリスモカップアジアパシフィックに参加させていただきます。日本代表の加藤達彦です。普段はレーシングカートのレースなどに参加しています。予選では、なかなか自分のレースがうまくできなかったんですけど、山中選手の欠場によって繰り上がりで僕が参加することになりました。自分は熱いレースがかなり得意なので、バトルの面でいいレースをして、良い結果を収めれるように頑張ります。応援よろしくお願いします。
好，我是周一腾，然后我的 PSN ID 是 Gmoto SB， 然后我是这次2021年 Porsche Turismo Cup Asia Pacific 的台湾代表，然后我是现役的电竞国手，然后最近也活跃于卡丁赛事。我最有印象的是在第3场帕罗拉马山赛道，因为这场我拿到了第1名，所以才得以把积分跟台湾众车手拉开距离，然后也让我顺利在今年本次赛事拿到了台湾第1。 我觉得我只要把我练习的发挥的水准拿出来，然后心态调整好，得失心不要太重，相信我在这次的决赛会有一个让我自己可以满意的好成绩。
大家好，我是林君达，游戏 ID Gmotor GPX Cup， 是参加 Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific 的代表选手。那我是电竞赛车项目的前国手，最近活跃于金卡纳和卡丁车赛事。那我印象最深刻的是第2站的萨森赛车场，因为当时我的状态很好，所以在该回合拿下了分组第1。我觉得决赛就是享受比赛，发挥自己该有的水准，加油！
大家好，我是张志源，游戏 ID Dihon， 2021年 Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific 的台湾代表，从2018年参与 Gran Turismo 游戏到现在，在资格赛过程最有印象的是在帕罗拉马山赛事，由于拿下杆位，而且赛道狭隘，过程比较紧凑，所以从头领先到尾，但由于后面跟得很近，所以过程很紧张。作为一个台湾代表选手，我希望自己能够按照平常训练的节奏与心态，尽力的完成这场比赛。
Hello, I'm Luis Moreno and I'm one of the Philippines representative for the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific. I usually run on e-motorsports tournaments across different racing games. During the qualifying round, I managed to score my best points in the last 3 rounds, and that helped me secure a slot in the upcoming Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific Finals. And on the finals, I would like to go for a strong and clean run as I represent the Philippines in the event. I hope you guys watch and support me in the races coming up.
大家好，我是杨伟勋，我的 ID 是 Asian 2010-429，我是 Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific 的代表。我玩这个游戏将近有20年了，希望能够继续的坚持下去。我最有印象的赛事是第1场的富士赛道，它使用的车辆是911的 RSR， 很荣幸的在这一场比赛中拿下了第1名，奠定了良好的基础。在接下来赛事中，希望能够尽全力努力把赛事完成，然后有良好的表现。
저는 포르쉐 그란 투리스모 컵 아시아 태평양 한국 대표 김영찬입니다. 저는 평소에 그란 투리스모와 같은 다양한 심레이싱을 즐기고 있고 실제 박스카 레이스에도 나가고 있습니다. 예선에서는 꾸준한 연습으로 인해 좋은 결과를 얻어서 예선에 통과할 수 있었던 것 같고 이번에 치러질 결승전에서는 한국 대표로 참가하는 만큼 많은 연습을 해서 좋은 결과를 얻을 수 있도록 해보겠습니다.
So that was the 10 messages from the 10 finalists. And we are now underway of the qualifying round, and it's 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Now, a couple of drivers already started their flying lap.
Oh, yeah.
Miyazono is now...
You see, that's the flying lap because
that's flying, and the Flugplatz.
That's the jumping spot of this track. There's 2 jumping spots. There's one of them. He really got airborne, didn't he?
Yep.
Wow.
And now to the right-hander after this. Slight left.
To be able to to maintain 240, 245 kilometers an hour through that corner, you really have to have decent tire grip and downforce. Wow.
Otherwise, it'd be too dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. But this car, look at that rear wing.
Two snowboards, right?
Yeah, so think about that for a minute. How big is that? Yeah.
And this angle is a little bit difficult to see in real life, so that's another benefit of the Gran Turismo.
You can't do that in real life, pretty much.
But you see how fast and how narrow the roads are.
It just shows you, watching these guys going through the corners, how pinpoint accurate you have to be. Because the track is so narrow and it is such a fast track. I mean, a lot of these corners are 150 kilometer an hour plus corners. You're really going through. So you've got to have a huge tire grip and substantial downforce so that the rear of the car sticks to the road as well. This is one of the lowest speed corners on the track, down to about 100 kilometers an hour. I think it's the second slowest corner on the track. This going through here, you have to stay on the inside of the track. You have to catch the apexes going through to maintain the best line, and then you brake under heavy braking to make this left.
Of course, everybody is driving with the soft tires for this qualifying.
And once again, more heavy braking, under heavy braking to take this left again. You go wide, just catch the apex on the exit.
And this is now Kawakami.
Yep.
Driving a little bit behind of Sugawara. So each driver are now on track with a gap a little bit.
I'd love to hear those engine sounds.
That's a nice sound.
Yeah, it's one of the best that Porsche's ever devised. This is extremely quick part. You take this corner at full speed basically, and then you're under heavy braking to take the next right.
Ooh. It's so difficult.
It's a very bumpy track as well, so you've got to be careful that you maintain your tire grip, because in some of the corners you're actually losing grip of one of the tires.
Is it possible to make a perfect lap?
In racing conditions, it's almost impossible to get a perfect racing lap, because somewhere along the way you're going to have to be passed by someone, or someone's going to pass you. So to maintain full speed for a full lap is actually quite difficult in race conditions. But in qualifying, it is possible to get a perfect fast lap, which is what they're aiming for. Because in the qualifying lap will be faster, as you've seen in Formula 1, for example.
Yes.
Is faster in your qualifying than in normal race laps. Probably normally even 5 seconds faster.
Did you have a perfect lap here in real life?
In real life, I think I got one.
Really?
Because there were
so
many.
Feeling?
It was great, great, because it was on that lap that I managed to pass a Mercedes-Benz, who was. We were at the top of our game, but when I say top of our game, I mean we're at the top speed down the Duttinger Her. He was doing 250 and I was doing 250, 255, and I just managed to get a slipstream and just squeeze past him before we hit the Tiergarten. Tiergarten, yeah,
yes.
Yeah, which is the slight dog left, and then you go downhill.
Which means a zoo? Tiergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels like that sometimes when you're battling for position. See, this is the carousel. You have to see the two different road surfaces.
Yeah.
You really have to maintain the right amount of speed through there, or you just drift up onto the top part of the corner, which is not good, because you've got a lot of tire wear.
I see.
Rubber. Tire rubber gets thrown up there. And because of that, it becomes very slippery there as well.
And you will pick up some marbles?
Yep, exactly.
And this is Moreno from the Philippines.
That's a nice, very well taken, and accelerating under heavy braking into the carousel. Is it? Yep.
And the back will help a little bit of turning, right?
It does. Yeah, it does. Once, I think, around about 80 kilometers an hour, I think, is about the max you can do through there. 80, 85. Any speed over 85 and you'll be moving out of the carousel onto the top part of the track, yeah. Down the Duttinger through Tiergarten. This is where you're doing your top speed. Probably close to 300, 280, 290. Oh, well controlled.
Wow, sliding
a
lot.
Squiggling under heavy brakes. Wow. Those Michelin Pilot Sport tires really fighting for grip there.
And this is the final straight.
Are we getting some times there? Okay, 6:34. That's quick. Wow.
And let's see what Sugawara can do. He's a Porsche driver. Also
Very
drives in
proud
real
Porsche
life.
driver is
634, 896.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Only half a second difference over 20 kilometers. How good is that?
So it's currently second Sugawara, now Kawakami approaching the control line.
He seems to have just held back a bit there. What happened?
How much is it? It's 636,
Oh, okay.
707.
2 seconds
Not
back.
bad.
Yep.
And now we're waiting Kato to come. Amazing. They did a 20-kilometer lap with 6 minutes and 34 seconds, and the difference was just a half a second.
That's unbelievable. That just
two.
shows how close they are.
Yeah. Amazing. Oh, looks Kato really good.
He looks
just a little bit slower.
Oh, he beat
636.
Kawakami.
Yep, he's third. And now we're waiting Cho. Let's see what Cho can do.
A little bit of squiggling coming under acceleration.
640.
40. That's a good lap. That's a good lap.
Yep, finishing.
Then we got Lin.
Now Lin was also really clever at the first race. Let's see what he can do with the lap. It's 641.028.
No, pretty close.
With the two Taiwanese. Now we see Chang, the seventh driver, to finish the qualifying. One more turn to
Last
go.
corner, yep.
Ooh.
Oh, heavy acceleration. Because this car, of course, is rear-wheel drive, so you really have to manage the rear grip coming out of the corner.
643 for Chang, currently 7th. And now we're waiting for 3 more cars to come.
A little bit slow there.
Marino from the Philippines, Asian Pacific region. It's
lost a bit of speed.
643, 503.
Okay.
8th.
And we've got
Now
two
it's
more.
Kim,
Two more.
who did a good race in the first race. Still in the Dottinga Höhe.
Passing through the Tiergarten, fastest part of the track, going downhill here. You're reaching close to 300.
Ooh.
So and then as you're coming off, you're braking through these S's here. And you've really got to manage your braking too.
Let's see what the time is for Kim. Kim coming, it's
well done.
643,
You got
490, 8th. And Yang, 651, 843,
okay.
10th. So
Look
the
at that.
Japanese dominated the qualifying
As we
again.
expected,
It's 1, 2,
yep.
3, 4.
Yep.
Followed by the Taiwanese.
But for the top 4 drivers, only got 2 seconds separating the top 4 drivers over 20 kilometers of racing. That just shows how tight it is.
That's just like a half a second for a normal race course.
For example, Suzuka, yeah.
It's one, you know.
But for Suzuka, it would be, for the top 2, it would be like 1/10 of a second.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's how close it is.
And the final will begin in 30 seconds. Let's see. The Japanese are now in the first and second row.
So the race. Do we know what tires they're on?
We will see. We are now still looking at the results of the
qualifying. Yep.
So 4 Japanese drivers on top, followed by 3 Taiwanese and the Korean Kim, Marino, and Yang in the bottom of the grid. So
we have some viewers with comments on the left-hand side there. Have a good race.
Yep.
I'm sure it will be.
Let's see. The Nürburgring Nordschleife. 3 laps of racing, which means they're going to race over 60 kilometers. And now it's the grid. It's Miyazono starting from the pole position. He was strong in the qualify too. Sugawara aiming for a win from
second behind
grid 2.
him. Yep.
Grid 3 is Kato.
2 seconds behind him.
And then Kawakami.
2.5 seconds.
So after the Japanese comes the Taiwanese, Cho. Followed by Lin, also from Taiwan.
Just 1 second separating them.
Yep. And Chan from 7th.
2 seconds.
And from 8th is Kim, the only one from Korea. And then we have Marino, the one from the Philippines, from the Asian Pacific region. And Yang from Taiwan finishes
6:51.
Great. Yes. And it's time for racing.
Okay.
Let's see. The tires has been separated with soft and medium.
There we go. Miyazono's gone for soft.
And Sugawara also for soft, but Kato Kawakami with medium.
That's going to be good to see this combination
exactly.
of guys. How far can Miyazono get ahead?
Yes.
How far can Sugawara and Miyazono get ahead? And
lights out and then start.
We're racing.
We're go for the final race of 3 laps of Nürburgring.
Sabine Schmidt's corner.
First 4 Japanese drivers secured their way to...
Well, of course, I've got to tell you, they just named that first corner after Sabine Schmitz.
Yes.
There's a corner in Spain that has been named after Kazu Yamauchi.
Yes.
And it's amazing. Can you imagine that there's only a couple of roads in Spain that have been named after people. The other one is named after Ernest Hemingway.
Wow.
So just around from Ernest Hemingway, you have a corner named Kazunori Yamauchi corner.
So if you use a car navigation system, it will say, turn the Hemingway corner left to Yamauchi way.
Pretty much something like that, yeah. But it just shows how important this Gran Turismo is around the world and how highly respected it is.
Amazing. So we see now Cho with soft tires trying to attack Kawakami, who is in the medium tires, which means Cho will have a better pace, looking for a place to overtake Kawakami. But it's so narrow, Peter.
Yes, it is a very narrow track. So there's only, in terms of overtaking, you can just manage to squeeze past someone if you're lucky. But you've got to have
and it's
enough space. See, look at this.
Oh!
He's already gone off there.
That was aggressive.
But it's interesting, looking at the 2 top drivers on softs, they're already 2 seconds ahead.
Oh my God.
This shows how much grip these soft tires have.
But this will not last long, so they have
I think 1 lap, yeah.
So
I'm really sure 1 lap.
For the soft tires, they will pit in after 1 lap, and for the mediums, they will pit in definitely after second lap.
Yeah. But
2 laps for medium,
that gap
1
just
lap
keeps
for
growing.
Yeah.
Look at that. Already up to nearly 2.5 seconds.
So that's a little bit frustrating for Cho, because if he overtakes, I think he can follow the top 2.
Yes.
But he is blocked by the 2 medium tires.
There's not, in terms of overtaking sections, there's not that many overtaking areas on this track in the first half of the track. So it could be difficult for Cho and Lin, actually.
And for the race win, I think Sugawara is doing a great job. He's still finding some plays to overtake him.
Sugawara is really keeping up with Miyazono.
Yeah, I think Sugawara has a better pace.
Wow. I think he's also using the slipstream as well. Because, I mean, this track is so high speed. Most of the corners, as I said, are well over 150 kilometers an hour.
And Sugawara jumping in. Not enough. Oh, a little bit wide from Miyazono.
I think he just touched Miyazono there.
Could be. It's still Miyazono and Sugawara. Tail to nose. It's no gap between them.
See, Sugawara is trying to find a way past, but it's pretty difficult. If Miyazono holds his line at that speed, it's very difficult for Sugawara to get past.
Because there are so many corners after corners. 155 was that? Oh, it's Cho now.
Yep.
Catching Kawakami, and Cho moves up to 4th. Great move by Cho with the soft tires. Kawakami with medium.
Great. Well done.
And now Cho needs to pass. And Miyazono and Sugawara are now side by side. And it's warning for Sugawara. Oh, I think there was a touch, maybe?
Yep, he's tapping him, I think. He's just giving him little love taps there. Excuse me, I want to get by.
Knock, knock.
Exactly.
Can I have a lane to just pass you?
Yeah. I think Miyazono is saying a polite no.
And Peter, if you look at the back, Cho is now just a second behind Kato. So, which means he has now the advantage of softer tires.
Yep. He's gaining, yep. Well, you expect it on the soft. If you didn't, there'd be a problem.
Yep.
He'll be under 1 second very soon. I think Cho may get past Kato, actually.
Let's see if he can do that in the Dottingham or maybe before that.
But even if Cho does get past, it really does come down to how much time can he open up over Kato when they change tires, because then Kato will be quick when he gets on the softs.
Currently Miyazono leading a race with
This is
Sugawara.
look at this is another jumping spot
time.
here. See the
Yo.
tires? To see the tires leave the road
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Just saw it from Sugawara's car.
Wow, see the cars are jumping all over the track here. It's actually a very bumpy track.
Oh, a bit wide from Miyazono.
Miyazono's pushing hard.
Let's see the overtake.
What's happening
Cho
here?
once again. That was an overtake of Cho.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see he
That's a
was
replay.
able to maximize his grip going through the corner there. So that's where he picked up a little bit of extra speed.
Miyazono and Sugawara, 0.6 of difference.
Entering the final. Oh, good heavens. Bit of sideways movement there.
Yes.
Because, of course, as a rear-wheel drive car, there will be... Oh, they're already on the Dottingham.
And Cho now catching Kato.
He
wants
is.
to be.
This could be interesting down the main straight here. Can Cho... Oh, can he get in the slipstream? He's trying.
Maybe not enough.
Getting
Closing.
Tires.
Closing.
Maybe through the Tiergarten he can get him.
Closing.
Yes.
Closing. Oh, and
Just not
Sugawara
quite.
now.
Sugawara got him. How did he do that? He
Miyazono.
must have got in the slipstream. Well done, Sugawara. This is going to be interesting because Miyazono is the undisputed champion.
And
so
they're not pitting in. With
See,
the soft
I
tires.
thought they might. I thought some of these drivers might try for 2 laps on the on the softs, and he is.
Kawakami and Kato switching to softs. So it's a 1 lap of medium and 2 laps of softs for most of the drivers. Yang switched from soft to medium.
Interesting to see how much grip these tires can, because we've got 5 times tire wear here.
Yeah. So let's see. Kim is out with medium tires.
So they're probably changing to softs. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
So they want to do 2 laps of softs.
Well, I really thought they would do 1 lap on softs and 2 on medium, but these guys have confidence in their soft tires.
Let's see. If the tire remains...
Jumping spot there. There you go with the Flugplatz.
If the tire remains... if the tire grip remains, I think the guys with 2 laps with the soft will have a big advantage. But if the tire will not remain, then Kim, who's driving 2 laps from medium, will have a big chance to win the race.
Well, see, that's interesting. I just wonder how much tire degradation you're going to get on the softs. Will there be enough to have warranted staying on the softs? Because the medium will maintain its grip longer. The softs, I'm really sure the softs will start to wear down about halfway through this lap. Well, they're already starting to squirm all over the track now. So you're going to lose your braking as well. You're going to lose cornering, speed, and braking grip. What's happening?
Sugawara and Miyazono under it.
All over each other. Look
so
at this.
Maybe at the
Miyazono is trying to find a way through. Sugawara is going to have to come to this race with his best game. He is pushing hard. Miyazono is just going to stay with him, and he's just going to say, all I need is a little mistake from you, Sugawara, and I'm going to be right there.
So Miyazono currently second.
This is a tough part of the track because you're bouncing, the car's bouncing all over the place. See the correction?
Wow.
Look at that. Heavy braking under here. This is one of the slowest parts of the track.
Sugawara Miyazono. 6 seconds behind is Cho. Currently 3rd. So you see the number beside of the tire. That's the number of the pit stop. So the top 5 hasn't pitted yet.
That's right, yeah.
And
so they're
the
going
bottom 5 has already finished their pit stop. So let's see how the order will be after the remaining 5 finish the pit stop after this lap. Because Kato is the fastest of the... Oh, it's Sugawara 2-second time penalty. Oh, that's a lot.
What happened there?
I think it was by overtaking.
Colliding with another... Oh, yeah, he did touch Miyazono. So he's going to have to pay that penalty now. So
I think it's going to happen at the Dottinga maybe?
It would, yeah.
So there's no need for Miyazono to... Okay, let's see. Sugawara. Oh!
What?
Oh my
there.
God!
Yeah, okay. He went off the track to part. Oh, so that's not. No, that's not on.
That's not nice.
That's not on.
That was
in the real world, I actually wonder
if
whether
that
he would have stayed on the.
Yeah.
Because when you go on the grass with hot tires, you have no grip. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. So that was too aggressive move from Sugawara.
And he will have to pay the penalty in a very short time because they're coming up to the main straight very soon.
And this is Kim, who is driving 2 laps with medium tires. Let's see if this is the right choice.
Yes. It's all about strategy.
If it is, he's the only one starting with the medium tires to do 2 laps.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that was interesting to see that. I would have thought the rear tires had more grip. He seems to be a lot more counter steering going on there than we expect.
Oh, Sugawara Miyazono still battling tight. Oh,
a lot of wiggling going on.
Wiggle and wobbles.
Yes, look at that. A lot of correction. The second jumping spot, here we go.
Jump.
Tires leave the track. Going through there at 160. This is another challenging corner right here because the car gets very light through that through that corner there, and you really have to pick the exact right spot to take, because if you go a little bit wide, then the car will go off.
Oh, Miyazono catching up. Oh, running too wide.
What happened? He's pushing
Did he
too
touch
hard.
the wall?
See, he did touch the wall. See, this is interesting because I think Miyazono's losing his tire grip here. He's pushing very hard, thinking he has the grip he had a lap ago, and he doesn't. He's lost a bit of grip.
So that's the risk of 2 laps of soft tires,
exactly,
right?
Yep.
Now, Sugawara is
slowing
about
down,
to
but I don't
slow down
think
for 2
Miyazono
seconds.
will not. I don't think he'll be able to catch him.
Because of the mistake? No, but he has to do
it's gonna be
2
close.
seconds.
It's going to be close.
It's side by side.
He did. He'll get him.
And Miyazono back on top, but they have to do the pit stop after this lap.
Penalty against Kato.
Oh my God.
What happened there, I wonder?
Kato currently 6, and it's a half-second penalty. And Kawakami is just behind.
Oh, there he goes.
And Kawakami
he's paid his penalty now. Yep.
It's
So
Kawakami now
Kawakami's
6.
Through.
So that makes Kawakami the fastest of the already pit stopped at 5.
So I wonder if Sugawara can catch Miyazono.
So now it's pit stop.
They're pitting, yep.
For both. Let's see, Cho, Lin, and then Kim comes in 5 seconds later. Let's see where Kawakami will be after Sugawara Miyazono pits.
That's right. They'll be leaving the pit.
Kawakami Kato already
now.
left the pit. This is Miyazono.
So Miyazono managed to get back on the track in the lead.
In the lead, yeah. But the lead is really...
Oh,
but it's not a big lead. Kawakami currently third, just a second behind Sugawara.
Okay.
Amazing. And Kato followed.
That's great.
By just
the
half
top
a second.
3 drivers within 1 second of each other. Okay. Oh, and Kato, so in 2 seconds of each other.
And don't forget that Kawakami Kato is driving soft tires.
That's right.
Even if they're two laps old.
See, this very interesting because so will Kawakami and Kato be able to maintain
exactly
this speed and grip into the second half of this lap.
So the situation is Kawakami and Kato, they are have oops, there was a touch of wheels. Kawakami and Kato have a faster tire, but Miyazono and Sugawara have a fresher tire.
That's right. So I think Kawakami and Kato will keep pace with Miyazono and Sugawara, but I think the guys on soft will start to lose grip and speed and time in the second half of the lap. Yeah.
Followed by Cho with medium tires.
But I think it's going to be interesting to see in this last lap how Sugawara approach it. Well, look at this. He's
still
Sugawara
fighting for
and
P1.
Miyazono, this is going to be really tight.
Sugawara,
where will he go for?
What
Where will he go
pressure.
for the overtake?
One mistake and it will be easily overtake. There's going to be an easily overtake situation with the mistake. But still, Miyazono is doing a wonderful lap. That's the final lap of the 3 laps of Nürburgring.
But yes, he has one of the best drivers in the tournament behind him. I mean, these are some of the 2 best drivers in the world right now.
Miyazono and Sugawara, followed by Kawakami and Kato with soft tires.
Sugawara is just waiting for some kind of mild mistake.
He looks fast.
Can Miyazono hold on?
I think if it comes to straight, it would be difficult for Miyazono to hold Sugawara because Sugawara is much faster in
He
corners.
does look faster, yeah.
Ooh.
Miyazono cannot get away from Sugawara, not like he could in a previous race.
Yeah, the difference is 0.3 of seconds.
Yeah.
0.3 now to 0.4 of second. Oops, Kim dropping off to 9th. I think he made a mistake. Backwards.
What happened there? We've got the top 4 drivers within, what, 2 seconds of each other.
2.5 seconds.
Yeah. So what that means is, so it's down to tire wear, how are they managing that, and also, can they use their drafting down the main straight?
If they can, that means they will be overtaking.
Overtake
Kim!
there, yep.
What an aggressive move
Nice
for
one.
overtaking Chang, for gaining
Went
back
a little
his
bit
8th
wide
position.
there, and Kim took advantage.
We're back at P1.
So 0.3 of a second difference.
Followed by Kawakami 2 seconds behind.
I wonder if Sugawara will be able to catch him down the Dottinga Her.
And under investigation with Kim and Chang over the
Oh, dear.
overtaking.
So what happened there? So here we are in the carousel.
Yep.
At 90, they're managing 90 kilometers an hour through that carousel. That's an absolute max through there, I think.
I see. Another half lap to go. Still Miyazono on top. Oh, Sugawara looking really aggressive. Wow, and look at Sugawara's drive, how fast he can catch up.
He's managing to find the some slipstream there from Miyazono. He's using the air behind him very well.
Driving over the dirt, but still fast.
So we're just in the final
sector
of the course before they pass onto the final corner and then onto the main straight.
So we are waiting for the small carousel to come, and then we will head to Dottinga Herd, the long straight. Miyazono,
This is going to be interesting to see how they're maintaining their tire grip and whether Sugawara can get the draft down the main straight, because I don't think Sugawara will get past Miyazono before that. I mean, as long as Miyazono maintains his line through here, heavy braking now to enter this left-hander and then the mini carousel coming up. Miyazono does not want to understeer through here. He did. He
Oh,
understeered. See, he
Miyazono
lost.
run wide,
He
and
understeered.
Sugawara now
I had
on
a
top.
feeling he might do that.
Oh my
He
God!
was pushing too hard. How did that happen?
And now Sugawara back on top. Now let's see what they can do on Dottinga, the long straight. Miyazono will definitely get the slipstream.
He's going to try. So watch this. Sugawara is going to roam all over the track to try and avoid.
Yeah.
He's
Slipstream
going
to happen,
try and
right?
avoid the slipstream.
285,
going to catch him.
290.
He's just in it now, but I don't think he can get it.
300. 300.
He's gonna go
303.
300.
304.
300.
Still
See,
to go. Still to go.
he can-
Still to go.
He can still get
Miyazono.
it,
No
as
way
long
to
as
oh,
Sugawara blocks.
no way to go. Wow, side by side.
Side by side, no.
Sugawara
Yep, great driving
Made
from
it.
Sugawara. Great driving. Under
and
heavy braking, maintain his line, maintain the line.
final corner is ahead.
Brake, yes, well done, nice corner.
Oh, it's side by side.
side
Miyazono
by side.
catching up.
It's a
Who will
drag
win the
race to the
It's
line.
Sugawara.
Yes, Sugawara, well done.
Just by 1/10 a second.
Wow.
Third is Kato. Kawakami
That
fourth.
is racing.
Cho finished fifth. At top of Taiwan. And Lin sixth. And we were waiting for Moreno and
Moreno
Kim. This is Moreno from the Philippines finishing seventh. Kim from
And
Korea
then Chang
eighth.
and Yang will finish up.
And the two drivers from Taiwan will finish 9th and 10th. Chang, and this is Yang, who closes the race with his
Wow.
finish.
I wonder what happened there with Miyazono. Why did he go wide there at the final carousel? He must have...
Unbelievable.
I don't know, he must have lost some tyre grip there. He understeered.
Yeah.
He was going too fast and then he couldn't turn. He went wide. See what happens? If you don't catch that cement area of the carousel, you just go wide.
Can't go
I think
back,
he was
right?
over speed. A bit of understeer there. And Sugawara took full advantage. Well done. But Sugawara maintained his line.
Yeah.
See what happens when you maintain your line in the last part of that section after the Tiergarten.
But
Miyazono had a chance, but Sugawara maintained his line here. I don't think he blocked. He maintained his line through that last section of the course, which is good. That's why he won.
But what an exciting race.
That last lap was an amazing lap.
Yeah. And also the strategy of the top two. They drove two. Last one, the soft tires.
Yep.
And
you could see the degradation, tire degradation, in the second half of the second lap on the soft tires.
They were struggling
starting
with the
to
understeer,
squirm
right?
all over the
Yeah.
place, and they were starting to understeer a bit. But they pushed the limit of what the tires could offer, and they found the limit.
So what a wonderful strategy from the both of them, and also the race, the tight race, was like, switching the top position from Miyazono to Sugawara twice, I think.
Yeah, it's
and at the
I'm
final moment,
amazed.
that was a tiny mistake by Miyazono, but that defined the race and the win.
I was surprised also to see Sugawara had the inside line for the final corner, but he actually went a little wide.
Yeah.
Almost allowed Miyazono enough acceleration to win the race. That drag. Okay. so
And
we're ready
I
for the
think we are
interview.
ready with Sugawara to
Okay.
interview. Congratulations, Sugawara. Sugawara-san, おめでとうござい
おめで
ます。
とうございます。お久しぶり
ありがとうございま
です。
す。
元気
いやー、
おめでとう。
めっちゃ疲れました。
どうしました今？ね、最後のカルセルで抜きましたね。
多分あれは宮園選手はミスではなくて意図的に僕を行かせたんだと思います。
あ、そうなの？
最後の直線長いじゃないですか。
抜き返すために。
そういうこと。
なので、
Okay.
多分いい距離で立ち上がったら抜き返せるっていう風に踏んで、多分僕を行かせたんだと思うんですよ。
So Sugawara believes that Miyazono let him go through at the last carousel because of the possibility of drafting on the Dottinga, which would mean that Miyazono
will pass him again, right? Pass him
so
back,
he
right?
let him. Interesting strategy. Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, but Sugawara defended. でも守りましたね。
そうですね。あそこのラインを外を通ってしまうと、やっぱりかなり立ち上がりも遅くなるんで、十分な距離をコーナー2つで開けることができれば守りきれるっていう風に踏んで、僕はもう駆け引きなしで、全力でコーナー2つを曲がるっていう 風に覚悟を決めていきました。
Wow. So
あとはあれですね、1周目に同じような距離感で立ち上がって、抜いたけどペナルティーもらっちゃったじゃないですか、僕が。その記憶があったんで、コンマ6秒差ぐらいで、ドッティンがストレートの前のコーナーを立ち上がったら、守りきれるっていう風に予想してたんで、
なるほど。
この距離をとにかく作るっていうのに全力を注ぎました。
Okay, so if you run wide at the small carousel, it will be difficult to actually accelerate in a full speed. So, and also what he experienced on the first lap, he overtook at the straight, but he got a penalty. So he was confident if he gets 0.6 of seconds after the carousel, so at the start of the Dottinger, he had a confidence to just defend his spot. So that's what he was thinking. So Sugawara just thought, okay, if he let me pass, I'll just go through.
I'm interested to ask him about the penalty halfway through the race with Miyazono. What happened there? レースの途中で、ペナルティがありましたけれども、どうします？宮園さんとちょっと接触したんですよ。コーサーとして宮園さんと接触しましたね。
1周目、そうですね。もうちょっと近いところで追いつければよかったんですけど、もうかなりコーナーが迫った状態で、ラインの自由がないところで追いつく形になってしまったんで、結構行き場がなくて強引に行く形になってしまったので、それでちょっとペナルティーが出たのかなって。正直ペナルティー出ると思ってなかったんで。
He wasn't expecting a penalty. Yeah. Because he wasn't able to maintain his line, the line that he wanted to go through. So he said he was forced to go off the track, which means that when he came back, he unfortunately tapped Miyazono.
Exactly.
That's how he got his penalty.
So Sugawara is now the winner, and he will get the prizes. What will he do with the prizes? 商品も豪華ですけど、どうしましょう？
そうですね。やっぱりポルシェの木更津のポルシェでエクスペリエンスなんでしたっけ？名前忘れちゃいましたけど。
エクスペリエンスセンター。
ポルシェエクスペリエンスセンター、あそこでやっぱり最新のポルシェ運転する機会をもらえるっていうのはすごい楽しみにしてますね。実車でレースしたりとかもしてるんで、やっぱり実際で車に乗れるっていうのはすごいワクワクしてますね。
So he's doing real racing, so he's really feeling exciting for the Porsche Experience Center to drive the brand new Porsche in a real track, and I'm sure he's gonna love it.
Means that he will be able to drive the new carousel and the corkscrew.
Exactly. そうですね。本当のカルーセルとコークスクリュー
再現されてる
ってことですよね。
どれぐらい実際に乗るとどれぐらいこの角度を感じるのかとかすごい楽しみですね。感じてみたいです。
Something you cannot really experience in a game.
Exactly.
Is the drop in the carousel. Sorry, in the corkscrew. You actually really drop. Maybe it's like 5 meters. It's quite significant.
Okay. おめでとうございます。じゃあもう本当に素晴らしい走りありがとうございました。Thank you so much.
ありがとうございました。
So that was our winner.
Congratulations. Well done. What a race. Oh man.
Yeah.
What a race. But that's how it should be. I mean, when you're playing with two different compounds of tire, especially when you challenge the soft grip to the limit.
Yeah.
In that second lap on the softs, they were both really pushing the limit of what's possible in a race car. And it just goes to show how good these drivers are, that they were able to control their cars under such pressure.
And as Sugawara mentioned, he will go to the Tokyo Porsche Experience Center. Could you explain what kind of a center it is?
It's a 43-hectare center in Chiba Prefecture, which is about just over 1 hour southwest of Tokyo. It has its main track is 2.1 kilometers long.
Yes.
We don't have a map of the track, do we?
We only have
here we have the carousel.
Yeah.
So as you see, it has a remake of the carousel from the Nürburgring, and they've also reenacted the corkscrew from the Laguna Seca track in California, just near San Francisco. They've also got a drift course and an off-road course as well, plus a low grip track where you can really learn how to understeer and oversteer, or learn what happens when a car understeer and oversteers, which is what you need to know when you're driving a Porsche like that.
Yeah.
So this track is perfect for the current generation of Porsches, plus the future generation of electric Porsches as well.
And more surprisingly, the city named its 125 road to Porsche Straße, which means Porsche's road, which runs alongside the Tokyo Porsche Experience Center. So you drive to Porsche Straße to the Porsche Experience Center.
That's right. Yep. And congratulations for that. And also, you'll be getting a dinner and
a stay
at the Andaz Tokyo Hotel. I
exactly
believe.
For 2 people.
Yep.
And
nice.
all the trip
trimmings.
to Tokyo is paid. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Sugata-san, for a wonderful drive. So we had 2 qualifying races, and the final race was in the Nürburgring. Peter, how was the races? How was the races today? I mean,
well, it's basically
it
what I expected to see, but I was, as you would expect from world champion racing drivers, like for example Miyazono and Sugawara, they really knew the limit of their tires, which is what it's all about. And seeing them driving those 2 laps on soft and losing the grip halfway through the second lap, but being able to use their skill and experience to manage the loss of grip and still win and still finish like that on medium tires. That is what the racing. That is what racing's all about.
And for some nice maneuvers and overtaking, even the Lion had a roar.
Yeah, roar.
Yeah.
Way to go. But congratulations, Sugawara, and unfortunately, Miyazono, you just missed out.
But it was
Next
a wonderful
time.
race. Yeah.
Great race.
So thank you so much, Peter.
Yep.
For your time, and thank you so much for watching. And that concludes the Porsche Gran Turismo Cup Asia Pacific, and I hope to see you really soon. My name is Sasha, and thank you for watching until the end. See you soon.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.